it... Come on, chat widget that I forgot to put up. Come on, chat widget that I... There we go. Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. So, today we steal the moon. That was actually a pretty good Gru impression. Why is there one good impression that I can do and it's freaking Gru? Like, that doesn't even actually make me particularly disappointed. It doesn't make me disappointed at all. I'm just surprised. Also, my mouse is... The mouth is moving. I hate the heat. We should have functional air conditioning. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's better. Right from the freaking battle pass by buying it from the top-up center. Okay. I don't even know what I want to pick up here, is the thing. It's like all the fragiles are nice. This is going to get spent very quickly on Sneznaya. That's right. They did add a new specialty. It's like, who the freak is this going to be for? I mean, who would the next Nodcry character to... It's like, is this going to be for Renova or freaking Nibarius? When they put the other Moon Sisters out, yeah, this is going to be relevant in 10 years in the flashback arc when we're on different maps anyway for the moon. It wouldn't even surprise me. Okay, but it's just like, what else do we want? Yeah, I've actually just been picking up Romelotine flowers because, actually, how many Wolfix do I have? I have enough for Nika, so I don't need to do that. Well, I don't, but I could, so... Let's get more of these for making Escoffier's cake that I still need to make. A lot of foods I should still make. Okay, we have pretty much all of this. Who am I even thinking about leveling? I don't know. Hello! It's been a minute. I'm just trying to figure out what to pick from the past, because pretty much everyone I want to level is leveled. Actually, you know, sure. You know, I'm going to take a comical gamble. How far did I take Sayu's skills? I'm going to assume that she's going to get buffed for Stellar Swirl. It would be really funny if she didn't, and that somehow her skills are going to tie into that somehow. I kind of doubt it. Okay. How's the call going? That's cute. Let me see some... That's enough for Chiori, actually. Well, I should pick up some more. It's just... That is right. I was going to level Chi-Chi's talents. They don't really mean anything. But I did get materials for it in advance, so let's waste our moment. It's honestly kind of interesting that literally none of her stellar buff is tied to her skills at all. Well, it does boost the nuke a bit. I don't imagine that takes particularly long. Does it? And we need 19 more of those babies. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna run a bit more Stygian artifact grinding. And yeah, sure, like marginally more damage from Chi-Chi. It wouldn't even make me sad. And that's good. Hello! It's you. I'm just doing something I forgot to do and leveling Chi-Chi's talents to 9. Well, 9, 12, and 12, because that's right, C6 Chi-Chi. And it's... I need 3 more prosperity books. Let me see, I've got those right. I don't actually, what? Okay. Hollow? Why are you bringing up Filipino dessert? I guess. I guess I'm making... Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna take some prosperity books. then honestly, I think I'll take light books from there. And pray that Sayu gets Stellar Swirl, because she probably will. Let's be real. They mentioned that all the other little baby children from last patch's event were going to get some kind of hex buff eventually in that event. So we're going to get maybe Stellar Swirl Sayu and Stellar Rongrass Yao Yao. Finally usable Yao Yao. It only took them forever. Okay. So Prosperity, one Prosperity book, and then just light books, because with Esley and Sana are already fully leveled, but for Sana, his stellar damage doesn't even really depend on his talent levels. It's kind of wacky. And the really crazy thing is that I thought at first they were going to add new Battle Pass weapons this version, because if someone has played from the start, they would have been able to, last patch, get every single one of these to R5. They would have had to pick up an extra of something this patch. I'm serious. But as for me, I got to get very close to R5ing every one of these ones, and then, I don't know, leave Talking Stick in the dust because it's actually dog water. This one is actually good, and this crowd control is actually good, and I'm just gonna take Viridescent now. Okay, cool. Okay. That's pretty darn good. Got some freaky flowers for Escoffier to make her literally unsuitable for human consumption cake. Okay. And, yeah, big money for, I guess, Alyosha and Odette. What were you gonna say? Is there an issue with... Oh. Oh, that sucks. You need to get angry about it. You need to commit a crime about it, and... I forgot to actually craft the book. That will do it. Okay. I'm a little tired from my job. Okay. Yeah, what you need to do actually, like what's gonna happen is it's Austin and Allie was before your time, right? Right? But I just remember that like back in when Austin and Allie was a thing, I think it was I think it was Allie, one of the characters that you do. I think YouTube probably censored it. I don't have YouTube's chat view pulled up right now because it's a pain in the rear to actually access. Maybe I'll figure out a way. But basically, one of the characters, Trish, her whole deal was that every day, well, every episode she would have a different job. Because she was so, well, I wouldn't even say she was particularly bad at her jobs. But every single episode she would have a new job because she would get fired from the previous one and immediately find a new job. I forget the context. I think Allie was mad at Austin or something because they had their het bait, het slop, will they, won't they, whatever. And she was mad at him and was thinking about having Trish because she was working at a revenge store, which is a thing because they ran out of real jobs for her to have. Just like you would have a whole marching band come in and just shame someone or something. It might have been a different one. It might have been like a marching band shame story. I'm not even sure if it was actually a revenge story. I know there was a revenge story. But basically, I think the whole deal is that you could hire a marching band to come in and just publicly shame someone you didn't like. And I think Allie was mad at Austin, so she hired Trish to bring in the marching band to shame him. And they made up, but it was too late to call off the band. So the band came in anyway, and the end of the episode was just this band shaming him, even though she wasn't even mad at him anymore. But basically what's going to happen is that, Ball is op, and I thought about that. It's crazy that Ball literally has an op. But what's going to happen is that we're all going to set up someone with like a sniper rifle that they somehow managed to bring to Italy right outside the shop, perched up on a building across from the shop entrance. Maybe the back door. I don't know how they get into the shop. And then, she's gonna make up with him, and they're all gonna, forgive each other and love each other. The day that we decided to just take this guy out, and, right after, as they're leaving together, we just pop this guy's head like a watermelon. And then Bella's, traumatized forever. I mean, more than she already is. That's the kind of ironic result that we can always expect. I don't know why I thought about that, but I did. It's, as of right now, I literally have a 45-hour work week and an hour of commuting both ways, and it was really, really rainy today. So, oh, going back took about a whole hour. I do. I love violence. Like, not really. Not actually. I mean, if you want to vent about something that happened to you, you're always welcome. Was the crime... I'll kill you. I'll kill you! That is not what I expected. Okay. But... oh, goodness. Like, I like crimes in abstract. I don't like them in reality, because that means, like, you get shot in the shoulder, which is not good. I don't want that to happen to you. Like, always shoot back. I mean, like, not actually, but you know what I mean. Huh? What guy? Okay, also it... like, is there actually... that's the sound of the fan in the background. That is the sound of the fan in the background. I can turn it down if it's too loud. But my house is basically not air-conditioned, which means that keeping the temperature in the room tolerable, especially with the computer on... okay, good. Yeah. But it's not in the microphone. It is literally just loud-ass mic. I mean, loud-ass fan. I mean, it's quieter than the one that I used to run. I mean, this one is currently on max setting. The one I used to have, I would have to have on 2 out of 4. Because if it was up all the way, it would be louder than me. Because it was a big box fan, very cheap. This one, probably like 20 bucks. The one I'm using right now, I bought for about 100 because I felt like splurging. The nice thing about being employed is having money to spend on things. To be fair, I bought that fan before I was employed. Not just before this job, but before my previous job. Well, what you have to do, you have to browbeat them and basically indoctrinate them into cultist behavior. So that anytime they feel like criticizing you, they feel ashamed and don't do it. That's what I did. But hello, it's been a hot minute. I did not note it. Well, I think the last time you were here, I didn't have the profile pictures turned on. What pony is that? I'm not as familiar as I could be. Should be might be strong, but I'm not as familiar as I could be. Also, did you just get a $500 fan for free? That's nice. Oh goodness. Yeah. But I do like the job I have decently. It's selling financial products. Not to say too much. Oh, OC Pony. That's cool. A bit ago, a viewer drew me as a pony. And because anytime someone makes art, if it's the most recent one, basically if it's the most recent one, it gets used for schedules. Fan art, I mean, I have not been in a situation where I've had to be picky, or could be picky. But anytime there's fan art, it goes in a queue. In terms of getting put in the schedules, and then whatever the last one is, until there's something new, just stays there. So, for a while, it's been not even fan art. It was something, someone draw for me at a convention. It depends on why you would be doing that. I mean, if you just ask that question off the dome without context to why you'd be doing it, I can't tell you whether the reasons are good reasons or bad reasons. What would you be deleting it in favor of? Why do you feel for 3D modelers? What happened? But as I was saying, Sandrone? This chick? I mean, it's... oh, nice. I thought about making... oh, you mean know-how? Is it Roblox? Is it Roblox? Come on. But... I mean, I guess the question is, what would you be doing with the storage instead? I mean... are you sick enough of the game that you're looking for an excuse to delete? Oh! Even better. Do you know about how next patch is working? What characters we're getting? I could tell you a couple of funny things, I suppose. I mean, so, as in to say, what Rethesli's best team is probably going to be next patch? Because as of right, well, do you mind kit spoilers? You're not plot spoilers, just kit spoilers. It's okay to say yes. Well, I'll probably tell you to cover your ears at least one point if you do. I'm Miliastro, Unity, Gato. I've heard a lot of good things about the Gato engine. For looking again to game dev. I used to want to do game dev. I thought about doing my OC as a game character. Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. I mean, with Constellations at least, I mean, it's interesting, and I like how they've been doing Stellar in the specific sense of it's clear that they're balancing characters around whether or not they can enable stellar reactions or not. Oh. Coding is not all that hard to learn. People make a lot of, I mean, in part because they like to seem cool or otherwise guard their profession. If I can learn it as a middle schooler, you can learn it as a presumable non. Chi-Chi is already meta. I'm using her on the Sandy team. I mean, my current I'm going to need to test whether Nicole or Esco is better. But right now I'm running Nicole with Yai, Chi-Chi, and Sandy. And it's good, even though I literally don't have Sandy fully built yet. I need to level her weapon, and I need to... that could be okay. Well, it's not double crit, so it... That's not double crit either, so that's going in the trash can. Chi-Chi has literally never been meta until now. People thought she was good when the game came out because they thought healing was more important than... Well, I mean... It happened in the context of the world when people didn't have teleports and elected to just go to the statue and didn't want to use speed. My Sano is level 90. I mean, I have not used him in years. The last time I used Sino was for Fiorina Quick Bloom with Fiorina, Baiju, and Nihita, back when Fiorina was new. I used Sino with it. I have not been able to use him since, but I'm happy to use him again. Dawn is not really all that meta. Her C6 is okay if you don't have better options, but it's not particularly good. I mean, that's the long and short of it, and just see what we got, and these are EM Sands. It's not rolled very well. This is going to be our Yai piece for now. They're probably a Sino piece eventually. Wow, this is definitely getting re-rolled. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, the thing about Chi-Chi, among other things, is that she does not synergize well with Sino, because most of Sino's stellar damage, and Chi-Chi provides stellar damage bonus while her little yin-yang orb is up. She's Reimu from Toho. It's Quills, which is to say, the EM bonus he gets from his A4 on stellar is Quills, well, additive damage, like Shenhe and Lauma, doesn't get increased by damage percent. So he doesn't get as much from Chi-Chi. He might honestly prefer Beto for Shred or something. Well, yeah. Wait for Hex buffs, trust. It will happen one day, wait and hope. No. Well, that could have been a good Nicole piece. If I didn't already have a Nicole piece. But basically, okay. After this, I'm going to explain somewhat at length. You know what, I'll do it now. But basically, Sandroni is going to be Stellar Varka. She actually is going to get the ability to enable Stellar Soul, which is kind of weird. It makes you think, why didn't they have Stellar Soul Dispatch if she was going to have it? But essentially, if they had Rhyme Grass, presumably, she's basically going to be Stellar Varka, with the ability to use all Stellar, which goes to show that Stellar and is basically going to be the one gimmick for this patch cycle, which I like. As it keeps things nice and, well, easier to understand and easier to engage with a gimmick. Because one of the issues with Lunar is that since there was literally only one team for a given reaction, and they both wanted Bina, they all wanted Bina, one, you couldn't really put a great team together, multiple good teams together at the same time, even though Ino actually isn't all that bad. And also, if you didn't have the whole team, it was basically not worth even trying. So, a lot of people just didn't try Lunar at all. The thing with Stellar is that we're getting, generalist characters like Odette and Sandy, in addition to presumably dedicated Electro, Anemo, and Dendro on-fielders and off-fielders for each reaction. So it's a lot easier to engage with them, especially since Cryo Traveler activates them and old characters are getting buffed too. So Sandy's good, and she's very, very strong. But given the fact that Sino and Rithesli currently actually scale better with Constellation investment, it does seem like a lot of stellar characters are balanced to an extent around their ability to enable stellar reactions. Aloy and you share the same birthday. Is there a joke I'm missing? Yeah, is it fun having all the little moons? Yeah, sorry, I was just pontificating. Let me... Oh, that's right. I'll do that next Friday. Here's our feather. And here we are. Let's get our tempered in practice. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Got some artifact juice. Apparently it's random, and you can also get an artifact feather, artifact printer ink, or even a crown. But, I mean, I was not going to complain even just about the resin. And that's going right back into Stygian. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Yay. Yeah, but it's, when they say a random level of material, it's clearly fallen into the sort of English translation trap where they miss that in Chinese and Japanese, they don't usually differentiate between singular and plural. So it means, random level of material. Multiple. Interesting. I didn't know people called it Nephimami. I was kind of okay not knowing that people called it Nephimami. But it's, knowledge is nice, right? Knowledge is good. Maybe. But, okay. So that's going to be the end of Stygian farming when I use that transient resin. Well, thank you for popping in. Stellar looks fun. I'm glad that... The other thing is that Sandy looks to basically be our Flynn's for Stellar. Well, Flynn's for 7.x in terms of... Given that she can use every Stellar reaction, she's probably going to be pretty useful throughout the whole meta, which is pretty nice. Okay. I will accept. Do you want me to put any characters in theater? You want some theater support characters or something? Nice. That is... Oh, wow. Yahoda. Let me check it. What constellation is that Yahoda? Is she C6 yet? Is she a literal C0 sucrose Cygrode yet? Okay. Interesting. I will say, I will always have to have at least a little bit of respect for people who shamelessly horny post about Anefa. Because at least there's, some novelty there. You don't get a lot of people saying, you know what really gets me going? Cold steel, no skin and softness. Babies who would have chosen the wire mother over the cloth mother. Do you know what I'm referring to? Wire mother versus cloth mother. They're gonna get me explaining psychiatric experiments. Okay, so the big thing is, okay. Wire mother versus cloth mother, it's really simple to explain. Basically, they took baby monkeys, and they had two little constructed little furniture mothers, for lack of a better term. And one of them was, it dispensed milk, but it was cold and made of wire. The other gave no milk, but it was soft and warm and covered in cloth. And can you guess which... neither of them were real or alive. Can you guess which mother the baby monkeys chose? Can you guess? No, they chose the cloth mother for the comfort, even though it gave no milk. They did not choose the wire mother. Alright, let me check a couple of things. I need to just see. Where is our... Come on. I mean, she wants an attack sands. They both want crit rate circlets. I just, There is... It's attack crit. She doesn't want EM. Yeah, I can use EM. Okay, so we are making... Yeah, I did see... What is Aloy's birthday? I feel that since you've said it so much, there's some kind of joke here. Oh, it's 4-4. How musical. The most standard time signature. Okay, so basically... She's actually... Like, she could use a crafted piece and an off piece. This isn't good, but it's not bad. We could craft something better. Well, also, she gets crit rate ascension and crit rate from the artifacts. So she wants crit damage on her circlet. And crit rate ascension. Teaspoon is, well, I mean, I can check that in game. What am I doing? Well, generally, I think people would, most people don't think experimenting on infants is ethical. You mean the original Standwalker? I mean, people are calling it John Rod, too. But I like the Standwalker one because it's a Deltarune joke. We don't have a crit damage circlet with a crit rate substat, so we're making multiple. Wow, okay. Well, there you go. Well, Well, the main thing is just, we have 3 pieces to keep. Yai does not have... She can use attack, she can use EM. She'd probably honestly prefer an attack sans a little, because she's got a 5-star weapon with higher base attack. Much to consider. How are you making a bleach and... No, how are you making it then? If you plan on monetizing it? Are you making, like, PlayStation Dreams or something? She's gonna be using this EM Sans for now. The other pieces are good, but we don't have any circlets. It's gonna have to be the off piece. There's one good attack Sans. I mean, attack Goblet. There are no double crit attack Sans. So it's like, I got so many artifact printer juices. We should use that shiz. Okay. Yeah, just ain't anything. What are you using to make a Bleach Gacha game? That's the question. I mean, what format... I mean, because the legal is one thing, but if you need some level of netcode, need some level of monetization, what framework do you have that works for that? That's my question. Also, I will blame Dan Clancy, and yeah, that's actually kind of dog-ass. Wow. It's got the only things that really matters, so let's do this. 2! Okay. Well, that's not bad. But that said, if I put this on Sino, he is definitely going to overcap on crit. Okay. Wait, so you don't actually know what they're using to program it? Huh? I mean, I guess. Okay, no filter. We're gonna see what the best crit damage circlet, just offset is. I mean, if you don't know, they're probably using Roblox. Because as much as I dislike Roblox, there isn't really anything with 1, netcode, and 2, a platform for monetization that is readily accessible to people who don't have comically high amounts of money lying around. Crit rate EMER. I mean, you really don't. I mean, maybe you can tell me and then just be bad at assassinating me. I mean, I'm not going to make a game. I don't think you really have to worry about that. We're going to go attack percent. Do we have anything lying around? Well, I got so many... That sucks. Okay, I mean, we could reshape in theory. What is a good off-piece here? Crit rate, EM, and... 4-liner ideally. This is probably the best plot piece we have right now. No, this needs to be a two-piece. Two-piece. I'm dumb. Oh, Fidel Castro? It's... Say what you will about Castro. Like, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I have to argue in favor of Castro. I mean, not today. If I were better rested, I would be very happy to be in that position. But the big thing is that regardless of what you think about his politics, he pretty indisputably had massive amounts of aura. I don't think that's something that can be meaningfully contested. So this we got, it's not a 4-liner, but we know what it's going to be, and it's got EM2. Yai does not need energy recharge, especially not with that C1, because she doesn't even want to burst. But the big deal is that, you know, not to be too crass, but to be a proper amount of crass. The big deal, one time they sent one of his ex-lovers to go assassinate him, and she was, you know, in his room. He was presumably in a state of undress. And she was like, I'm gonna kill you. And he was like, just basically put his finger to the gun and was like, no one can kill me. And then they just did it right there. I'm not joking. Like, she told that story. That was her story. But I don't think it's meaningfully possible. Well, I don't know. This thing is great. This thing is not as great. Just crit damage, circle it in. I guess she wants attack. Just kind of neutral between those. This thing's great, and crafting a goblet is more expensive. They're kind of the same. So let's just go ahead and use the... Well, we got this thing. Hello. Let's do this now before I forget. No, but as I was saying, just... I don't think it's possible to do anything with more aura just as a man. I mean, it's like just beast on the United States for the better half of a century and then just let it hang. Okay. Let me see some things here. I mean, they multiple times tried to kill him with an exploding cigar. Literal Looney Tunes plot, and it never worked. I mean, it's like we three kings of Orient tried to make Fidel Castro smoke a rubber cigar. Didn't freaking work! Yeah. And crit damage, and it... Crit rate, and... I don't know, what does she prefer? Stellar Yai attack versus EM. Come on, Google, don't fail me now. Unless you have external attack buffs. Yeah. Use attack otherwise. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Well, they did for a while until the whole blockade started. I mean, it's contingent on them having access to resources, which they largely don't, but it's, you know, whenever I talk about my opinion of the medical profession in America, like, whenever I talk about the fact that, I mean, a lot of American doctors are financially motivated. Like, there's really only one place whose doctors I will literally never, ever criticize, and it's Cuba. Because in Cuba, being a doctor is almost purely a charitable pursuit. Like, they don't get paid a meaningfully larger amount, but, I mean, that's the thing, is that part of the justification, quote-unquote, of paying doctors so much isn't just the difficulty and the value of the work they do, but how much medical school costs. And to be fair, if medical school didn't cost so much, you would have a lot more doctors, so even in a supply-demand context, you would have a lot cheaper doctors, too. But it's also just that Cuba regularly sends their doctors to foreign countries for basically no charge, just to treat disease and, you know, cure cancer and whatever. It's interesting. I'll say that much. Okay, cool. Let's make another of these. One that's pretty much exactly the same. And oh, that's terrible. That's actually terrible. Let's make another. And that. Ooh, that's great. That's going to Sandy. Okay. That's literally a 4-liner, right? I think that one's a freaking 4-liner. I thought you could only get 3-liners from the printer, but that's not true. Maybe that was kind of a dumb decision, but... Yeah, there weren't a lot of great circlets, honestly. Well, I could have thought more, but I locked myself into that decision. And now we're looking for an attack sense. Let me see. Why is Iggy's death in JoJo Part 3 Stardust Crusaders relevant all of a sudden? I mean, the craziest thing about Iggy's death, and, well, everything about Iggy in general is just, the fact that he arguably fought the most threatening stand, well, it depends on how you define it. Because, I mean, Pet Shop and Horus was a genuine psychopath. And are you familiar at all with the JoJo fighting game, Heritage for the Future? I mean, the big thing is that in the dedicated Part 3 fighting game, that has so many characters that it even technically has the cow that got stabbed with the Anubis sword as a playable character. Like, Pet Shop is playable, and is the most overpowered character in the game by far. I tried it for like 5 seconds on Fightgate and could not actually make it work for me. As in, I suck at fighting games, I'm sorry. But, the thing with Pet Shop is just... In Heritage for the Future, Pet Shop is literally always floating slightly off the ground. Which means that... Do we have a crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge piece? I don't think she needs any more ER, but still. I think the piece she's got on her might be as good as it's getting. That's a 4-liner. But it's pretty darn good. Can we get crit rate, crit damage, Elmo Master, and maybe some energy recharge? Why is the Ginyu Force relevant all of a sudden? But basically, Pet Shop is a projectile-based character and one that deals good damage. In a genre where characters who have good range damage, who are ranged, tend to do less damage to compensate for the fact that they don't have to bother actually approaching. And again, is constantly floating off the ground unless you're crouching. Oh, hey, that's a spicy meatball. Okay. It's not a 4-liner, but she does need some energy recharge, actually, so I will not complain. I think that will probably maybe make up some of the difference. But Pet Shop will literally avoid a pretty significant quantity of enemy attacks without any kind of effort, just by them going too low to even hit him. It's that stupid. My dad went to a basketball game. He might be back. Or it might be the neighbors. One of the two. Okay, so the one I've got right now is pretty crazy. I think this is what we're sticking with. Yeah. It's my father did not raise me with sports at all. Which is maybe a little bit sad. It would make it a whole lot easier to just relate to people in general. Well, he tried to get me to play baseball, and it did not work. It was kind of doomed from the start. Because I was and am scrawny, and additionally, let's give this one to you. I mean, honestly, maybe making Yai stronger is a better idea than making Sandy stronger long term. But I don't care all that much. I like Sandy better. Okay. But as I was saying, I was always a bit scrawny, and it didn't help that I was also, for a while, a long time, significantly younger than other kids that I was doing activities with, which meant, okay, that's not terrible. You know what? Sure. What else am I going to use these feathers for? I mean, it's got to. It kinda sucks. But I think we just have to deal with it. Okay. And I mean, she's got a finale set. I mean, disenchantment set, not finale. It's pretty darn good. I don't even know who that is. And given that it's Naruto, you're probably right. Okay, give us something good. What? No, don't give me defense. Okay, come on. Give me something good. Okay, that's pretty darn nice. Okay. And... not terrible. She's balling. Everything's darn good except the circlet. Okay. Sandy... see how this team works. I mean, I also need to level... I am not defining a tenacity piece for Chi-Chi. I'm not doing that. But Chi-Chi needs some tenacity pieces. So I can finish her tenacity set. She isn't going to be able to use the set we're getting next patch for stellar support, because she doesn't have stellar damage more than a couple of one time per location on burst in her kit. And the stellar support set requires you to have a decent amount of stellar damage, because it lasts 8 seconds, the buff after a stellar hit from the character. You're gonna force me to bring in one of my friends who's actually thank you, Goldwing_VT. Have I seen you before? I'm not familiar, but it's nice to meet you. Thank you. Oh, this is a guy from... interesting. I see. I feel like this was orchestrated by somebody else, but it's nice to meet you. I'll follow back once I have access to my Firefox window again. But this isn't bad. I perform more crit rate rolls. Yes, this is a good set. Yeah, but it's nice to see you again. Basically, since I'm done farming Stygian for now, because I'm saving transients for SNES, and that farming, I put this together. I think it's time to test something out real quick. Real quick. That means going to DPS test. I mean, it's how you I figured, since I know you might have mentioned me. Yeah, exactly. Based Arlecchino enjoyer. Let's do some DPS testing. And the main thing, do you play this accursed game? How do you? Do you vertically invest, or horizontally invest, or not invest at all? Do you suffer and cry? Maybe? But as I was saying, there are only 2 characters I don't have. Ito and Ayato. And in theory, maybe I should get them eventually. But it's not like they're good. I am very excited for Stellar as a form of buffing old characters. I think they've kind of settled on a nice sort of inflection point as far as balancing between power creep and not power creep. As, frankly, I think the worst gimmick has been Night Soul. And some people have championed that take. As the issue with Night Soul is that it was so restrictive, had really no place for old characters. At least Lunar's still with Sucrose, but of course you're never going to get rid of Sucrose, are you? But it's the fact that they've tied in, 1, a new reaction to shift the meta, and 2, tied buffs into that, because I think the best non-gimmick was probably HP change in Fontaine, because of the fact that a lot of pure healers have a place in the meta, even if it was relying on Fiorina. Oh, War Player. I think I heard about that. Wasn't that a few months back? Okay. Well, let's just see, now that she actually has a decent set, and this is still not signature Sandy, but we're gonna see. Nice. Missing some crits. Okay. And you're just saying that as an Arlecchino name. Don't get slick with me. Okay, it's maybe gonna change when... yeah, that's the thing. She does not currently have enough to... oh, burst every rotation. Yeah, because the main thing is I'm trying to figure out whether I want to run an attack sands with an energy recharge weapon, or an energy recharge with an attack sands on my C6 Chi-Chi. in order to maximize the value of her build buff for Stellar. But if I put in Escoffier, she'd be able to burst every rotation over shit. Part of it, again, is that she just doesn't have a fully built capacity set. I can't prove it, but I can insinuate it, which is better. Cucumber Coalition. What in the Sam Hill is a Cucumber Coalition? I did see the Redesley thing. I'm just... That was a few months ago back, right? I did hear about that. Is it good? What genre is it? Kind of like English language K-pop, but I mean, this is a good tune. Yeah. Let me see if Esco does it better. You know, I will say, I like the gimmick of saying R.I.P. random fictional character who dies, especially when they're comically obscure JoJo characters. But it's... Well, I wonder if you've got this in mind. Have I told you before about the whole deal with crossing the line twice regarding jokes? As the thing with overused jokes is that they start off funny, then they get unfunny, and then if you repeat them long enough, they become funny again, and arguably funnier than they were the first time. So that's just something to consider. Okay, I'll do that. And this just gives more cryoparticles, which is good for the team. I think it might get more. Of course, we're not getting a lot of shred, because it's not a pure cryohydro team. But also, the other thing is that since Esco's got signature, she has some buffing capabilities. And yeah, this is better. But I will have to see how much better it is once Esco actually has it. Okay, that's fine. She does not need a burst over it. Well, also, Esco's definitely got an attack stance on Verona, right? Probably. Right. And yeah, this is good. I want to try this on the Stygian boss real quick to see how it does, and then see how much I can get it to work before. Oh, Sunday. Okay, that's decent. But she's got to do a bit of purple catch right now. And this is noticeably a good deal better, but maybe gonna have to funnel Chi-Chi with Esco and just give her more energy recharge. No worries. Thank you for popping in, and I will do my own darndest to repay the favor in some kind of way. Thank you again. And here we are. Yeah, it's a little bit better in the... I will say the lack of a shield might be annoying in Stygian. I feel like I'm being introduced into a weird and wonderful world. That's fun. Okay. Yeah, this is noticeably a bit better. Probably get a little bit better by actually giving Esco an energy recharge sands. Okay. I'm gonna try this in Stygian real quick, and then I'll actually do the freaking moon quest. Wow. Okay, and it's so about, you know, being underwater in a prison. Yeah, but you may or may not have seen, but I actually, on the recent Chronicled, I decided to make use of the one good thing about employment and spend large amounts of money to make myself marginally happier. So I got Yai's signature, Mizuki, Redesley, and Sano's signature, but since you can really only level about 2 5-star weapons a patch, these are going to have to wait. Well, Mizuki's I think I'm going to prioritize because she's the only good Stellar Scroll DPS. Well, she will once Stellar Scroll exists, but... Okay. I got raided by farmers. They're gonna put me inside the Wicker Man. Does this excite you? And it... Yeah. Where is our ER Sands? I think I might have been using it. I mean, I will. I wasn't saying I wasn't gonna. I just mean I was asking about it. I wanted some prefacing. Is that so bad? Okay, I think Fiorina's holding it. Yeah, Fiorina's holding it. I'm gonna take this from Fiorina. Phage out of 3 stars. What does Phage out do at 3 stars? Or is it just Oshikatsu? Yeah, but she can probably use her burst without having to catch her own particles this way, which is going to be nice for Chi-Chi. So let's... no, not that one. We're doing it on Fearless. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. I love The Sandy team. It is funny that the Sandy show, well, in the overworld it doesn't have any real specific superconductor weakness. In Sigyn it does, but the real reason Sandy's good on this boss is because she can trigger Shatter from range, which means that you don't really have to worry about actually triggering reactions on the minis, because you can literally just freeze them and then shatter them with a beam, because her beam is actually blunt. Akinator? I don't think Akinator is going to guess me. I mean, maybe. You could add me to Akinator, so Akinator would start guessing me. Buff my ego up a little. That would be nice of you. Okay, and... yeah, not there yet. That's fine. And... thank you. And... yeah, exactly. And also, this breaks the shield a lot faster. This is probably the real utility of using Esco here. Okay, alright, that's fine too. She's definitely gonna need more energy recharge. Because I don't know how you're supposed to do it. That's why. How are you supposed to do it? So she doesn't lose those stacks when she goes off field. I could have opened the rotation with the burst, couldn't I? And it... wow. Okay. Here we are. Well, it's... Akinator? It's that meme of like, because I literally don't know how. I mean, I literally did not know that. Wow. That's really, really good. And it's only going to get better once Sandy actually has her darn signature. Okay. And maybe I get a... well, that'll be when I gain the ability to farm this set again, once I'm done farming Stillage Rule. Yeah, Akinator? Yeah, because it's looking for things that are akin to other things, exactly. Now, once Chi-Chi actually has a set, it'll make her attack buff slightly better, and also just make me not have to do weird funneling stuff. Again, it's... maybe I will have to... no, not like that. Okay. Actually gotta change the team out. Buh. Okay, so this, but with Esco instead of... there we go. Something, 3 lesbians and a child. Sorry if that was political. Hello! Again. How are you? And we can actually maybe refunnel? That's fine. Okay. And... wow, this is so much better, it's not even funny. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, can't do damage fast enough, but we do actually have split damage with this shield. Okay. That is not a character, and you... no! No! Don't say that. Okay, that's good. Hi, Bala. This team is good now. I made this team better. Don't they usually ship Black Swan with someone else? Interesting. Or hydration. This guy. Bala, we were discussing you earlier. I was talking about how we've all been filled with bloodlust regarding your op. Also, I decided that now we have to call him Bala's op. How does that make you feel? But as I was saying, we decided that what would probably end up happening, and I compared it to the famed television show Austin and Ally, is that you would reconcile with him after we had already set up a sniper on the opposing rooftop, and basically right as you were leaving the store with him, and it just let bygones be bygones, you would end up basically, he would get shot right in front of you, and it would traumatize you forever. That's what we agreed on. Oh yeah, basically, if you have a character that whose build you want me to take a look at, I take a look at it. I don't think it's especially high concept. Okay. Yeah, Chi-Chi still needs more ER, but this team is actually capable now. Basically, there's someone who is just a complete bum who works at her bala shop and is making her life unpleasant. Okay. I mean, I'll just do it in game. Do that. It's Donde está usted? You're in 55. Get your money up. Not your funny up. That's good. Really, it's just. I mean, she gets to 90. I guess if you had cryoresence somehow, that would actually be overcap. 240. I mean, the only thing to criticize is literally just that she has some energy recharge instead of none, but I mean, all of these are strong pieces with a number. I mean, you can see the glow. The thing that has made build reuse obsolete. It's just. I mean, obviously you want a piece like this with attack percent. If you wanted to make her and specifically her stronger, I would save up stuff for the artifact printer, or since you've literally got, you can just take an off piece. Something with crit rate and attack percent, ideally EM. That's really all it is. You know, that would make it maybe simpler. Instead of hiring a... Well, it would be nice to get a chance to train my aim again. I was gonna say, it's like the meme of, you know, like the girls with the time machine. You know, like, you're my grandma or whatever, and then the guys with the time machine are like trying to improve John Hinckley Jr.'s aim with a gun so that he actually manages to kill Ronald Reagan. But, like, apparently, you know, John Hinckley Jr. got released from prison, and apparently he's like a Nazi now, which is... People are joking that he isn't trying to impress Jodie Foster anymore. But, as I was saying, that's basically me. You know, it's like, we're gonna assassinate Bala's off, and it'll be a good chance for me to just shoot again. But as I was saying, just, well, that's right. Rotation wrong, okay. There we go. That's pretty good. And 1, 2, 3, and I'm not gonna miss. I would never do that and betray Bala. It's like Bala's counting on me to kill her off and free her from a life of suffering. I mean, do you want to know when my birthday is? Because I can't really hide it. All you have to do is wait till I pull up the in-game pause screen. But, I am 24. I am 24 years old. Not young. Yeah, 3 rotations. Not bad for a team that literally doesn't have its actual support, no doubt. Yeah. It's... The interesting thing is that Alyosha is outclassed by Chi-Chi until he's at C6, and even then it's close. He used to give a 25% Stellar Conduct bonus at base, with C6 allowing to stack up to 50, 25 times 2. Now it's 20, coming to 40. Which means that until C6, because he has some other buffs including EM, this is just better. If you have to choose between the two of them, and at C6, she's arguably still better, depending on build, probably. No, I'm not. No. I mean, maybe I wish. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure about that. How do they define famous? That just reminds me of how... When my sister was younger, I'm sure at least one of you has heard of the website Famous Birthdays, which is a website that is basically maintained entirely by 11 to 12-year-olds, which is why some of the most high-traffic pages, at least back when my sister used it about a decade ago now, man, I feel old. Even older, and one of the most high-traffic pages was for this little kid Minecraft YouTuber. I mean, because that's the people who are maintaining the site and doing page views and deciding who's famous in there. One day, one of these days, oh, don't touch me! And that's why they're like having Nicole on the team. Okay, whatever. The really annoying thing is that now we don't get her extra Stellar Conduct hits because we hit too many, whatever. Better to share a birthday with the Marquis de Lafayette than share a birthday with the Marquis de Sade. Well, I mean, it depends. What if you're a pervert? Maybe you don't need to answer that question. But, here we go. This gets pretty tight actually. Exactly, we're only one away from the big 658. Okay. Ooh, okay. There we go. Die. The Chi-Chi quills are really, really strong too. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's a capable team. I mean, even not having a 4th slot. I mean, it's interesting because we're probably gonna get a dedicated off-field 5-star DPS for Stellar Conduct Electro eventually. But given the fact that you can get this for free, it's honestly not even certain whether they're going to be better at C0 than a C1R1 guy. I mean, C0R1 versus C1R1. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to test this out one little time more. But again, I kind of missed that Nicole shield. Okay, what else do I actually need to do right now? Go to the moon is what? Because I don't have Sandy's signature level. I get Mora. I get Mora with the Wayline Overflow because I don't have enough to skill and level Odette, Alyosha. Come on. Ooh, that's nice actually. Odette, Alyosha, Cryo Traveler's Talents, artifacts for all of them, Odette's signature, and presumably Mizuki's signature. Rimworld is interesting. I'm not so sure how I feel about the idea of turning humans into halves, but it's entertaining. I mean, personally, I'm only a cannibal for Bala, but you know this. And, yep, pretty strong. I missed some rotation time, but that's okay. Okay, nice. Get ahead of the shockwave. Yeah. I mean, not taking the time takes to break that Geo Ward, that's one rotation. I mean, it's a pretty low HP boss to compensate for that ward, but that's darn good. The only thing, again, is just eventually getting Gaian attack stands and giving this EM stance to Sino, and probably, hopefully, just re-rolling this so I get more crit damage instead of crit rate, because Sino's signature is like 44.1% crit rate. And to be fair, I haven't tested Stellar Sino, and I don't know whether he can meaningfully expect to have Cryo Resonance or not, but that's, from the artifact and Cryo Resonance, that's an extra 31. He is literally at 80.1 crit rate at base, assuming Cryo Resonance and Superconduct with his signature. So it's stupid easy to overcap. I literally don't know if... I mean, for one, they should have given a crit damage weapon. But, as I was saying, I mean, they made the signature back when we weren't getting 5 billion crit rate from every single new artifact they put out, but still. I mean, every time they put out artifacts this patch, at least one of the sets in the pair has been a crit rate set. Oh, interesting. Star Wars Rimworld. Real shit. I mean, it would still just be a... It wouldn't just be a stat stick, that's right. That's right. Because he is dealing both normal attack and charge attack damage. That said, you would kind of be stuck using him in Quicken, because as I'm sure you know, Stellar doesn't benefit from damage percent. Well, normal damage percent, that is. So, there you go. How does Stellar work again? It's all in here. The only Stellar is just... Okay. From those bolts. The rest is just EM to normal. I mean, he could still work, but that would only be boosting his actual direct, regular normals, which isn't so bad. Lowen was fun for the one patch where he had a shill boss. And I guess this one too where he's a shill local legend, but I don't really see them putting the Prism Slime in any kind of real content, personally. Okay, so it's just what kind of team we want to run for the moon. I think simplest thing to do would be, well, Sandy and then Never really got to use... Well... Sandy, Bina, and Effa. Yai, Sandy, Benefa, or something like that? I don't know. She's a dragon, technically. Could take more dragons and bring Nuve or something. That'd be fun. I gotta use Satoi's flight on the moon. Remember to show that off. Yeah, happy moon, Yuri. Very much. At least is... Why do I take this party out? That's my mining party. Dumb. This is the nothing one we can get rid of. Okay. Maybe I'll just add the mining party here. Okay. You. Chaska in first slot. I don't even remember. And Ningguang just to point out the ores when I inevitably forget where they are. Right. It's the most useful Ningguang has been in a long time. What? What does that even mean? This feels like sexual harassment. Okay, I did hear about that. Apparently, ZZZ is getting Robin and maybe some other character, though maybe it's just one. And HSR is getting... Apparently... Oh, who was it again? Ellen Jo and... Astra and Ellen Jo. Well, the thing about Lowen is that it's one of those situations of, like, you know, you fell for the character's carefully crafted facade. Because did you play his story quest? Did you click through his story quest? There's the whole deal with his story quest, and I like that they were kind of subtle about it, is that his edginess and his violent nature stem from being ashamed and fearful of his own weakness and the fact that he had been, you know, captured and experimented on, and didn't feel like he could believe in anything other than his own strength. Which I like. I will say that there's an argument to be made that when designing a character for an audience that can't read, you gotta be a bit more explicit about things like that, and also they probably in part did that because they wanted to be able to market him as a purely edgy character, but still, yeah. Rowan's not Blade. He's not suicidal. He just likes killing things, mostly. Main thing is, we gotta go to the Misty Show now. We can ice bridge all the way there with Sandy. They're actually not even pointing us to that well. I would not say that this game has any kind of Blade equivalent. We don't really have a character who fights with some level of intention of being killed in the process. This game is probably the least edgy Hoyo Slop as of current. I mean, the closest you're honestly getting is Mavica, or Varka, or maybe Capitano. But they don't dwell on it particularly, and that's right, we can just take you. We're gonna run Nabina around here. And can we use our treasure compass here? We can't. Okay. I do find it funny that this has its own statue of the new moon. Statue of the 8. I really do wonder that, you know, after SNES 9, what they're gonna do for more map statues. It would be funny if Conrail literally had no statues, and if you wanted statue healing, you had to leave. But, oh, nice! So you are... Forgot you were working on that cosplay, and here we are, Misty Shoal, and wow, it is in fact Misty. Truth in advertising, and lots of spirits. And oh, there's the teleport waypoint. That's cheap, though. Lame, okay. Yep, we just step on our own ice and keep ice bridging and not even any stamina consumption. Isn't that nice? Like, this is just, well, it's not nothing. It's got one measly little moon lane to take you to the main statue area. They gave us 2 moon lanes. This is generous. Do you think that would solve America's political divisions? Like, I'm not making fun of you, I'm just asking. Hypothetically in the abstract. And why is the moon lane even here when this is walkable? What were the devs smoking? Yeah. What if I put my Minecraft bed next to yours? Haha, just kidding unless. There it is. You've never been here before. Where is this exactly? And that's right. This is a voice world quest. Apparently we're getting voice world quest next patch too. Don't worry. I did hear about the Ruth Esley cosplay. I mean, it's just... I'll watch it after. I don't want to get copy struck. Oh, look, that person over there. Colin Beaner. What flavor monster? I feel like if you really want to go into the sort of Berserk fan LARPer type Fatui r/Fatui HQ vibe, you would have to make it out of white monster cans that you have painted black. You and me both, buddy. We're gonna get a Bleach collab, and they're gonna add Yorilichi. And then, there are gonna be 5 billion, YouTube shorts perving out over her butt, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. If you want to do the Capitano vibe, the r/Fatui HQ Capitano vibe, again, it needs to be made of white monster cans that you have painted black. Okay, and let me see this here. I'm just gonna pull up on my own the wiki, as I usually do. Okay. And this isn't particularly long. Yeah. But it is voice. Lord. I think it's interesting, because a lot of the debate about Nylon, and I mean, obviously everyone's free to have their own opinion, is that, it's very, very obvious that the art team and the lore team wanted to make the characters darker skinned than they ended up being. And it ended up being the marketing team, because, I mean, I think I mentioned to you before that, and when the Giga Week came out, it was discovered that they had some concepts for Ruth Esley in which he was at least a little swarthier. But, I mean, to be fair, I think there are some unfortunate implications of making the only black character in Fontaine a convict, but I mean, the big thing is just that Night Soul. The whole deal is that it's these bright patterns on the character's skin, which, with the characters as they are, they don't really show up all that well in characters not named Varsa, Aoife, and kinda Milani. But the big thing about it is that, what the art team did have control over, they did try very hard to be respectful of, and show off a lot of facets of those cultures. There. You said that you painted miniatures before, right? You did some 40K? But there are a lot of people who, I think, in that one video, the Candy Bug or whatever, complaining about this game, I think she mentioned not really liking Notwan's music much, and if there's one thing about Notwan that was utterly unimpeachable, and I will say that in retrospect, Notwan's story was actually pretty damn good. I think there are a number of things that would have changed, but I think a lot of it was a consequence of the fact that, in terms of what coronavirus actually hurt, apparently it was a time lag of 2 or so years, and that Notwan was actually the region that was most impacted by coronavirus. Not kidding. Because a lot of it is just, with the war segments and a lot of deals, it felt silly to only have access to 3 of the tribes during 5.1 with the war. And for all the deal about, in Notwan, no one ever fights alone. The fact that the final fight against Kasoithoth is just, it's you and Malvika, and also literal audio recordings of the other people. If they had the 6 heroes be like, I don't care that the Abyss is going to, seriously maim us. We don't want you having to fight alone. And then they all joined the fight and had, a Sonic Heroes type thing, where they all had a segment with their abilities. And then at the end, I don't know, there are only a couple of things I would have changed about Notwan. Even as someone who obviously benefits from business, from more relevant male characters, something, it's feminist to tell a story that revolves around women and their struggles. Honestly, kind of unironically. But, as I was saying, I would have had them draw out the Archon quests like they did with Nodcry, and are probably doing with Snezhnaya, which is poised to... Apparently Snezhnaya might have 12 Archon quests, which is good, honestly. But I would have drawn it out longer. I've talked about this before. I would have made Capitano the first Trounce boss, because who the hell cares about the chess boss? And I would have made him playable either that patch or right after, and at the end of not one storyline, he would have died for good. And, you know, he would have been playable, and he would have been definitively dead, and he would have had a whole arc for a whole patch, and then be like, cool. You know, the Capitano fans got what they wanted, they got him playable, and he got a cool ending to his story, and now, oh, being playable doesn't mean you're safe from dying. Uh-oh, now there are real stakes in this gosh again. But, you know, one of the reasons they couldn't do that is because all the areas weren't out, and not, you know, Yansan wasn't playable yet. All the others were, but they couldn't really do a playable 6 Heroes segment where they actually show up when you can't control Yansan. I mean, maybe they could have found a way around that, frankly. They kind of did that for Ganyu and Zhao back in the Relay Archon Quest 500 years ago. But I mean, some of it was probably a creative choice to try to show Mavica harder. But the thing about Mavica is that I wouldn't say she's a Mary Sue, but she's more interesting in relation to other characters. She's not that interesting by herself. I mean, I wouldn't say any of these characters are all that interesting by themselves, frankly, but especially not Mavica, whose whole deal is being a leader. I mean, I made a big deal about it when I did the Sumeru Archon Quest last patch, about how I kind of liked Mavica better in the context of Archon Quest, because she's kind of similar to Part 3 Jotaro versus Part 4 Jotaro. It's a stoic character who always wins their battles through largely brute force. I mean, and just like Stardust Crusaders, everyone else gets taken out and it's just Mavica and the enemy. Cameraman Traveler does not really count. Nodcry Traveler, who gets real voice lines and is actually kind of a character, and stabs Satori in the back is a real character. And then in Part 4, you have Jotaro. Jotaro kills Kira. He lands the final blow, well, unless you're counting the ambulance. Or I don't know, the ghost alleyway. But when you've got characters who aren't that strong and win everything through brute force, they're honestly more interesting as tools, mentors, and sidekicks to characters who have to struggle and win through intelligence and tricks, frankly. That's true. We need that costume. Yeah, we need the Fiatana comic Mavica with, like, a suntan. Well, she hear Palman thought she... That's the art team again. Silvermoon, huh? That's funny how life works. Sometimes let's go over and say hi. What do you mean? How did Kira get what he wanted? So you got all these moon spirits. The world opens itself before those with noble hearts. Misty Shoal. Wow. This is nothing. Okay. Oh, the ghost hands. That's a good joke. Okay. A lamentation of catastrophe. That's right, we do have new achievements for this. Unfettered Crescent. Moonbright, the moon before my eyes is the moon above, and the figure upon it is the one I hold dear. I look up as if to meet the moon, only to wonder whether my beloved sees me there. Light up the Dunana Pit map. Wow, that doesn't sound like Misty Shoal. Oh, okay. Oh, this is... I love this. I love this. This is a Pink Floyd song. Any Color You Like is a song off of Dark Side of the Moon. That reminds me that I don't think I've listened to Pink Floyd in 5 years. Okay. Le Voyage dans la Lune, a pronunciation I'm definitely butchering, is just French for A Trip to the Moon, which is a very famous early stop-motion movie by George Mallet. Another pronunciation I'm definitely butchering, who was a French film pioneer who has a character in this game named after him. I mean, I forget what it's called, but they did have the Kira, the semi-canon novel about Kira redeeming himself after being, like, a murderous pervert after death, as, like, a ghost detective or something. I don't think he had a stand. Pretty sure he didn't have a stand. But if... It's interesting that the dark side doesn't really have much there. Curtain form black body containment lab. It feels racially motivated. And the Noor Stone Circle. And this is a Beatles song. this is a Lovecraft thing. You know, if it's a Lovecraft reference, maybe this wasn't originally motivated. Well, I mean, it's funny that the Wikipedia page for list of marine biologists, people keep adding Jotaro to the list, and obviously it gets removed when it's found. But they, you know, instead of, I mean, because it's Wikipedia editors going to Wikipedia edit, but I mean, the simplest option would be to just make a subsection on the page for fictional marine biologists, but they just keep doing that song and dance for whatever reason. It's maybe kind of funny. And there she is. Follow Columbina. You catch sight of Columbina in the distance on a deserted island on the east side of Pyramida, worried that your friend has encountered trouble. Chase after her, and in so doing, embark on adventure into the unknown. You know, unknown's a Pokemon. So it's disappearing and getting us closer and closer to Bina. Hello. Okay. But it's going to be Dunana Pit, which, you know, in terms of unified civilizations, you know, the human ones are basically Greek. The dragons are kind of Aztec, Mayan, Mesoamerican, and what we're getting with the moon are sort of Mesopotamian and Sumerian, because I guess, you know, that's about as old as it gets. What do you mean accidentally got your Voca? Hey, Columbina, where are you going? Well, she's gone too far out, she can't do this. Well, what's she doing here? Does she have something to do? Let's follow her and take a look. Who are you trying to pull for? Flynn? Yeah, Poma doesn't think she'll run into any trouble, but better safe than sorry. Okay, let's go. Did you get Flynn's tour? Moon-gazing Act 1 Pioneers started. She just wants to talk to that whale. Yeah, why is she walking on water when... They really should have given Bina a water walking passive on. Maybe they thought that would make it too obvious that she's literally just a lunar Fiorina. And oh. There's something over there too. Look, is that an island up ahead? And as of right now, I can't pull up the map or exit the moonlight. That is interesting. Yep, and okay, now it's here. The Dunana Forward Station. But what does Dunana mean? It's definitely Sumerian. When I look it up, it brings up this game. Wow. Come on, Wiki. Oh, okay. Apparently, it means... Likely derives from the Sumerian word do, to build, to, I won't say this, and Nana, Sumerian name for Sin, the Mesopotamian god of the moon. So it's, you know, moon construction. Because they built the moons. I played Silk Song. I did not play the original on stream because I played it many years ago. Maybe I should, because I never actually beat the Pantheons and the original. Also, the last time I tried to beat Lost Oasis in Silk Song, I was too tired. After literally 2 times of manually walking all the way down to the bottom of the abyss after... Basically, I wanted to combine poison from the Pollet Pouch with having plasmified an Architect, so I could just regen while also having Cogflies attacks to his Poisoner. I was so tired that... You know the attack where she leaps up in the air and spurs the blobs? I kept trying to dodge that into the air instead of realizing, hey, you dodge this by staying on the ground and then jumping up over the saw blades. So that killed me a bunch of times. Well, it killed me 2 times. Hit me a bunch of times and killed me 2 times. What do you know? There really is a little island here. Could this have been Columbina's destination? Let's have a look around. Hopefully we'll find her soon. Look for traces of Columbina. I mean, frankly, the only things I really know about Gans is that the guy who makes it, Dunana Forward Station, has a latex fetish, and 2, is really horny for Reika, to the point that like, he's making another series right now, and he's having a whole cosplay segment as an excuse to just draw Rika again. Where are those moon spirits going? Do you think they saw Columbina? Come on, let's follow them. This is Mystery Pit of the Misty Eye. So again, it's been 2 weeks, and I have not been able to, 2.5 arguably, not been able to do anything with regards to Sandy's weapon, because yeah, I guess I could buy materials with Stardust and Starwater, but that's stupid. Oh, here we are. Traces of a bygone civilization will here on this deserted and shrouded island. Can we use the compass here? Does it count as not unlocked for this area? I wonder if... Is there a meeting point here? Or is it tied to unlocking the ones on the moon? Oh, there's a pretty little lake if Paimon's ever seen one. What if you haven't? And there's obviously something at the bottom. Excuse me. And it's... So we're being pointed to you. Some birds that are... No, they are frightened off. Come on. Just going to keep going. Let's pick this up. Oh, it... Yeah, sure, whatever. It's not like I'll forget about it. The compass will prevent that. And the last time Amber was important... How do you define important? Because she was in Varka's story quest. If you wanted to be really, really generous with your definition... And it says presumably where the space elevator is coming out of. You know, I do miss being able to do detective vision with the elemental sight and see what things were going to move open or change. It's probably good for the game that that doesn't work anymore, though. But the big thing is that... Oh... Lowen's signature, Lowen's constellation is... It's a Lepus Miles, or, you know, military armed warrior rabbit, or I guess killer bunny. And Amber's is just Lepus. Normal bunny. So, non-killer bunny. So you could make an argument for that, maybe, because of the illusion. I'm kind of surprised no one's done a Lowen Amber ship. Maybe because it's Hetzlop that isn't easily self-insertable. Alright, we're gonna have to beat a normal secret source. Maybe I could bring a not one character. You know what? Sure. Let's bring Citrali. Yeah. She reran this patch. Sorry, Frico. Okay. I'm informed enough. Yeah, but the big deal is that, and you can do it in Overrule too. Amber has, on her burst, literally the fastest power application of the game. So any kind of cryo shield she obliterates, it's just usually not worth bringing her just for that because you need damage too. But for the bad in Stygian, you can solo even on Dire with just her, because it takes a significant amount of damage from 1, the shield break, and 2, impacting the ground, and taking full damage after the shield break, all of which are percentile. So it was very, very good. Do not have forward station. Okay. Alright. I get the idea. But it's telepathic in a way, huh? Interesting. And we'll just follow you a little further. Oh, this looks like one of the Dragon's secret source automatons. It's quite something to do with that. Okay. Let's get a shield. And you know what? Here we go. Night Soul. And it's fun to activate that. Okay. I mean, that's simple. You didn't even drop anything. You stingy up here. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we're kind of splitting hairs there then. I mean, she doesn't have any kind of special ICD, But she's got a normal ICD with very good hit counts on that burst, which means she's going to be the preferred option in a lot of cases. I think that's fair. And yeah, we went around to this thing, which is obvious. Oh, look, there's an entrance leading down there. Should we go down and check it out? Is this a Mora rock? It is! It's the first time we've gotten a new kind of Mora rock since Fontaine added the Mora capsules. Yeah, because originally we had the chest-shaped ones in Economia, then we had the ones that were literally just piles of rocks in Scenario. Got the Mora capsules in Fontaine, and now we have these things. Wow. Alright. Herculean energy. I mean, it's... Internal cooldown is only one piece of the puzzle. It's like interest rate on a loan. Like, you still need to pay attention to, you know, the loan term, and the total amount, and the... where it puts you financially in general. Oh, what are these rocks? Are kind of floaty. Oh, and we can push these. Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's like that one time someone tried to get me to, not naming names, fight the Watcher using Mavica Yansan, and just... the overload itself was applying power to its shield. There's tons of broken machines in here, and none of them are ones we've ever seen before either. And it... hold on. Can't move this, but it is glowing. That can't be a good sign, huh? Celestial Orbit Computation Chamber, that doesn't glow. I hope it doesn't ambush me. And here we are. It's nice that the fireflies are kinda slow. Okay. We can hang up like that, and again, so floating rocks, do anything, we can push them out of the way. Yes, we can. Push the floating rocks way ahead of you, bro. Okay, and... oh, that's more interesting. She shoots at them because of their nature as physics objects. Explore the underground ruins, do not have forward station, upper level, and a lower level that we cannot yet see. Okay. I did give up too fast, because I wasn't enjoying myself. And you know, I will suffer for the people, and their joy and entertainment, within reason. Okay. Got a fish. You know what, let's be funny. Let's defeat you with just shatters. It will work. Okay, yeah. There you go. Okay. What is... ugh. I need to know like a teleport waypoint and see if I can make a good... oh, Strongbox a good attack circlet for Chi-Chi. Because then I can test out and decide whether she needs attack or energy recharge sands. Yeah. You know, I like being nice when being nice does not require a particularly high amount of effort. When being nice is difficult, yeah, exactly. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm not tough, though. Hard to say. The damage numbers are nice. I agree in part because I'm also a Varus stan who will take every opportunity. Well, I mean, I'm trying to change. In the name of respecting women. Strong women. But you know, any opportunity to, like, do a Mavica humiliation ritual, I do tend to take. And, oh my goodness. There's nothing to do here, huh? Okay. For whatever reason, this makes me think of the Dark Souls 1 Catacombs. Okay, let's see real quick. Ooh, yeah. Okay, and oh! That is a thing. There's no healing on this team. Even if there are 5 billion shields. We'll see. Okay, so... don't want to level up stuff that I won't or can't use. So again, it's... I want to get an attack percent circlet with energy recharge on tenacity so I can level that and then do some testing to see whether I end up needing an energy recharge stance for Chi to get her burst back every rotation or not. And ideally be able to test it out to see whether it works with Nicole. If I were really nice, you know what I would do? Strongbox Whimsy. I probably should, because we have an Arliss Shill boss next patch. Without her even getting buffed, which is even more ridiculous. Not good for me. Alright, okay. No. Tenacity pretty much always needs energy recharge, so that can go. They are not going to make me strongbox for Chi-Chi. I refuse to accept that possibility. No. I kicked my mouse. Am I gonna have to? I legitimately might have to. That's so ridiculous. But do we have... this is fine enough. I think... because we do have energy recharge stands on her that are pretty decent. Well, energy recharge on set that are pretty decent. Like, I'll test this once and for all. What kind of attack circle can we get for silly zombie baby, whatever? Now that is genuine desperation. That is actually genuinely sad to hear. I attack with... we just want energy... well, I find it funny that they're running crit rate and crit damage on her now because she has some off-field damage other than the... let me check her real quick. This isn't... it's actually worse than this. And presumably it's just for this nuke, which isn't half bad. But obviously at C6, the main utility of it is... I mean, this is just more than that. No matter how high... well... it will almost barely be more than her 4 burst throws for Stellar if you level it up to level 13. And we don't... which requires... well, I mean, if you'd have C6 for Quills, you'd have a +3 to a burst anyway, but whatever. What if they'll make Gene Hexray or Stellar Sword, or maybe even both? That would be fun. But I mean, building this is not worth it when you could just, well, I don't know, because she doesn't really... until C6, you're not building pure attack. Before that, if you're using her, I guess you might as well build her for the nuke damage. Because her stellar damage bonus from just her burst, with Stellar Resonance, or whatever you want to call it, Pole Star, whatever, Stellar Radiance, whatever, active, is 50% no matter what, completely non-scaling. Would that have been for Goro, Noel, Fiorina teams? That's fun. And I assume you were using Goro to battery Noel at least a little? Probably. It's interesting. The fun thing is that this is actually usable now. And even if you were using Chi-Chi before, it wasn't particularly relevant. Okay. One way or another, it's... this is decent. I actually kind of want HP for her, because... you actually need 25k HP to max this. She does not actually max this passive. Which, I mean, 60 HP is not that much. And the main thing is that I'm also wondering just, at what point does Aquila actually get the job done better? Oh, interesting. That's fun. I mean, it's not fun. I just, attack percent. Well, flat attack, maybe HP percent and flat HP would be the best. Honestly, it's just energy recharge and flat HP 4-liner. That one might be the best. Let's go at energy recharge. No. Energy recharge. That's fine. I mean, no, her... that Stellar Pit is not going to be good. Probably, I mean, the main thing is that that's a 4-liner. It gives us more chance for energy recharge rolls, so... probably, yeah. And we could try to get her more HP to use with this weapon. The main thing is just... I'm going to need to test at which point, since I don't have Aquila leveled, I can't really test it all that easily. Whether Aquila or R5 Finale is going to be better for attack value, especially since she's not activating the full passive. It's a big part of it. Energy recharge, HP, crit damage, I guess that's marginally better. That's kind of marginally better. Wow. Maybe got some crit damage on it too. Not a 4-piece. It's got attack on it though. But it's not a 4-liner. Energy recharge. Energy recharge. Not a 4-liner. No percentage HP. No percentage attack though. Energy recharge. A 4-liner with percentage HP ideally. Nope. Not a 4-liner. Not very good. I mean, the kind of ridiculousness that is being run here is actually preposterous, but here we are. Okay. Please give me lots and lots of energy recharge. I will do genuinely unspeakable things. And oh, okay. Come on. What? The HP is nice. That's nice. That is very nice. That is actually incredible. Yes, we are a good deal closer to maxing out that passive. Okay. So now that she's at 176, and with Escoffier, she's definitely gonna have it. Let's try that real quick and see where we are DPS-wise. And then just see if she can do this without... I misread this. Okay. And with that, I will explain no further. And just to see... I mean, it is a good piece. That's a good piece. And with a... I mean, she could maybe hit 220, but I think that's probably overkill by a pretty significant margin. Oh, it's... Millie Astra's fun. But it does aggravate me, in no small part, to see all the AI slop thumbnails. It's just like, be better. Be better. Okay. So... let's test out Esco. See if we can just boost up attack. See how Nicole works on here. I mean, Esco doesn't need a burst. It's just for the minor attack buff that she's getting from Symphonist, which isn't nothing. But even still, it's just not all that important. So, okay, there we go. Cool. Nice. Very reliable crits. Yeah. And let's see. And also and God knows how quills work, but I'm pretty sure that Nicole is also increasing the quill value. And missing one of those crits rates. But it's a good team. It is rather indisputably a meaningfully powerful team, and it gets this back without issue. Nice. So we can almost certainly afford to level specifically attack on Chi-Chi on this set. At least if I'm running this here. We'll try Nicole. Okay, and yeah, 130. And again, mind you, Chi-Chi's not as buffed up as she could be. And again, the Esco here is really a placeholder. Not right now. So let's try this real quick and just see. Is she gonna be able to hit a rotation every, a burst every rotation what she's got? Maybe I could even try playing around with the feature that gives you free artifact rolls. Allows you to manipulate your substats to see what she needs to hit to get that reliably on this team. Again, to be fair, eventually I am going to be, maybe I'll have to level 2 pieces for Chi-Chi, which is crazy to say ever, but eventually Odette is going to be on this team. Though maybe, in theory, eventually Chi-Chi's going to get replaced with, it's going to be like, ugh. Sandrone, Odette, and then, because you want to have Cryo Resonance, Odette or Cryo Traveler, and then, well, I mean, they can all share space, I guess, and then Yai and, she can get back Nicole, she'll be able to get it back with Valerie or Media or whoever ends up being the stellar conductor, electronaut fielder, probably. But regardless. Okay, cool. And this is so... I am sensing some issues from the shred. Not a shred. We're actually pretty much right there. Interesting. Nice. Wow, the Esco team is still actually better. Okay. We'll have to test it out once Kiki, but yeah, she's reliably getting this back. I can safely level attack on her without being too worried. I may be missing some crits too. I'm missing some crits too. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but that's... Not having cryo resonance is reliable is definitely hurting things too. Alright, the nice thing is that since the application comes when it does, I'm not really worried about... Okay, yeah, it's kind of about the same, actually. Okay. This one is actually maybe a little bit better. So yeah, I guess, yeah, for Chi-Chi we level up. This is stupid. You know what, while we're here, let's do the wheel. Let's do the pick rest too. I mean, if anything, this has really been more of a building the stellar team for real night, which honestly may be more interesting than the world quest, honestly. And now it's Wordle. Okay. Alright, we are on original, so we're going for Adieu. And just to eliminate a few more common letters. Oh, that. Okay. We've got most of them already. Rod. Audrey? Odery? Odery? What? Let me see. Let me think. O-D-R-Y. Can't be there. Or... just test some other letters. Rome's. And see where the R might be. Okay, so it's Rodney. No. The D is either here or here. It's R-O something something Y. And the D is either third or fourth. It's probably Rowdy. Okay. Nice! Okay. Now what if I cheated there? Cheated on the literal Genshin Millie Astro Wordle. I mean, it's... Don't put it past me. Because back when one of the... when they did those events, one time they required you to get to a certain rank in competitive, And the fastest way to do that was one of the chess games, and I pulled up Stockfish. I shamelessly cheated. And the worst part is that someone friended me. It was like, you're so good at chess, let's play against each other. I wonder... There are a few things that might have happened there. I wonder if they suspected I was cheating. I also wonder, it would have been even funnier if they had been cheating too, but not as well. Because I did beat them. I mean, I guess they might have just been using a worse chess bot. Maybe. I don't know. It genuinely one of the most shameful things I've done. Like, it would have genuinely been less shameful to cheat at a real chess match, because it's just so petty. It's just so pathetic. Why would you be cheating at Miliastra chess for, like, freaking the prisms that I don't even use because I don't care to vary the outfit besides the free ones I get from Battle Pass? I don't know. I don't play chess. It's, like, whatever the minimum is because I'm... Okay. Are you when I hit some kind of arbitrary target, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do chess with viewers. Just so you can beat my ass and humiliate me and just make me suffer for my various and sundry sins. But you know what I can actually do kind of worth a damn? A Picross. Well, actually it's Pixel. Because Picross is a trademark, and Hoyo said, don't get us sued. You can't be Picross. You have to be Pixels. So it's 4 from the sides. 4 off from the sides. I'm going to be fair. Anyone who can do basic math and logic can do Picross if they learn the trick. But I'm going to pretend like it's a meaningful accomplishment, and I didn't die multiple times last night because I was screwed up. Okay, and 10 is basically the overlap from the edges for big single numbers. You can basically know for sure some of them, and max a 2 on that side. If it's 8, well, that goes all the way across. That's not very good. Yeah. That's a 9 then. No, that also goes all the way across. Don't like much. Don't like this much. It's 3 from 9. We can eliminate this. Get that one for sure. Yeah, it's probably 100 maximum. It's... When I was significantly younger, my dad kind of tried to get me into chess. I mean, he played me a couple of times somewhat recently and utterly humiliated me. Okay, this for sure can't be it. But since this has to be the 6, this could go up to 1 in this direction. And now that we know for sure that the 7 is around here and there are 9, let's see. The side goes over here. It's 2 from each of these edges. So you can fill these in and eliminate a bit more. This is... might start here, might start there, which means we can go up to 8 over here, which is nice. This could in theory be the 6, and this could be the 2. It's not likely, but it's possible. This cannot contain a 4. 4 is either there or there. And it got 10 out of 11, actually, so that does it as well. But again, well, now we know for sure that this is the 6, so this can't go any further over this way. That does not eliminate much. It does eliminate this 5. Means that the 8 is not here, can't fit a 4 any of these places, can't even fit a 2 here. That does mean, you know, the 3 and the 5 around here. There's overlap guaranteed in the middle here. Overlap goes all the way, it's 1 from each side. Okay. And we can fill all this in to make this easier, and now that we've got 6, now that it's got a... even if this is filled, ends up being filled, that's going to be 2. Keeps it simple. Same from going over this direction. We can go up to 7 here, because even if this one's filled, it's going to end here. Fill this up. It's going to go 1 left because we got 7 out of 8. These won't work, so this has to be the 4. We've already got a 1 in this row, so we can black out the entire rest. And for this one, it's 3. Even if there's 1 here, it'll still fill in this, so process elimination. We fill in this entire row, and oh, it's fowl. Oh, it's chicken. That's funny. Similar for this, it'll go at least these two, even if the 4 started here, and we can eliminate the rest of this. Now we can see that there's no room for 4 in here, which keeps it simple, since this is one single 5 that's connected. Similarly, even if the 5 started here, we'd have this. So that's the 2. Since there's a break, that's 6, that's 8. I like these logic puzzles, because they're not competitive. And whenever there's anything competitive, I lose, and then that makes me sad. And then I take my anger out on people, which is not good. It's not healthy. That's 10. We can't constrain this any further. Well, actually, we can. Because the 5's already occupied, so now this... The 10 starts here, the 11s start here. That's the 3 on this one. Means this 7 is a bit more constrained. We can fill that out. There's a 4 here. Pretty sure I know where that is, but it's not this, and now I definitely know because the 9 would have to be here. Can't extend that far, so now we have this. That's 9. This is 10, 10, 10, okay. So these are not here. You can tell that at least one of these is going to have the 2. Can't be there. And it could be either one of those technically. It's got to be here because there's no room for a 4 on that side. You know, that would be complicated. Because I am a people pleaser, but I feel like there's a line between, it can be dangerous to indulge masochistic tendencies sometimes, I think, and this is the last one. And yeah, what do you think it is? And why is there an empty space here? Why'd someone poke a hole through the chick? Well, it's probably... Presumably they insert the pixel art and automatically generates the numbers there. Probably just missed a pixel. Yeah, it's a calla lily. I'm not that stupid. Okay. This is honestly probably the best Millie Astra game that anyone's put together. People have tried to do ones that are sort of games within games genuinely, that have some kind of progression and encourage long-term play, but it's not like Roblox. And you can't make an MMO in this because you can't have people join an existing instance. You join a match with other people. They might add that eventually, maybe. But I don't know. That might be too much competition with their own damn game. But it's not something that's really an option. Anytime you have a multiplayer match, everyone who's going to be in the match needs to be there from the start, and if people leave, they can't rejoin. It's match-based, instance-based. Well, it's match-based. It's not instance-based. That's the issue. Okay, so in that case, we have our off-piece on Chi-Chi. If we got, like, 1 energy recharge roll, she's Gucci. Let's pray. And attack percentage on tenacity. Yeet. But it's, I don't want to encourage masochistic tendencies too much, because that could lead to people, I don't know, getting seriously injured. I want to encourage people to take care of themselves and live healthily, so that they can live longer and give me more money. I mean, other reasons too, obviously, but it's more fun and funny to act comically selfish. And that way, when I am, it doesn't come as much of a surprise. I can't wait for this. Yeah, this is fine for now. I mean, it's already damn good. And the ESCO team is still better. They're about the same, the quality of life from the shield is nice, but it does seem that the ESCO team is slightly better, and I don't know, maybe she probably need an energy recharge stands if she wasn't catching, well, ESCO's particles, maybe? I don't know. Let's try this again real quick with the ESCO team, see how this goes. I mean, just being able to break it, well, it takes more stellar superconduct damage, though that does cap. Well, when its ward is up, it takes bonus stellar superconduct damage, and all Cry and Electro damage is reflected onto it as direct physical true HP damage when the shield is broken, up to 40% HP. So unless you're overcapping, it's arguably better to damage the shield more. It might be better to actually hang back and break the shield a bit more slowly, as long as I'm not running up against that 40 HP. Interesting to consider. Okay, cool. And we get that. Cool. Nice. And okay. That was a bit of a dodge. Whatever. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're actually pretty close to that. Okay. Showing the rotation really slightly. Due to that, and again, she's got the stats. She can literally use that to start the rotation as a result. Okay. We're in a good position. I don't have any serious objections. Cool. And yay, free kill. We might actually beat this before they... Hopefully... Oh no, we cannot. Okay, whatever. It's definitely going to die as soon as the shield is broken, but no sooner. Yeah, we're not... I don't know. Few crits missed here and there. Let me see something, just to make sure. Refined tactics lasts 60 seconds, and it doesn't go away when she switches. It's not like she's getting anything significant out of it. I don't know. Try this with Nico. One more time. Okay. No, but you miss a few crits here and there, and suddenly everything sucks. Yet it having an energy reach or elemental mastery sands there does not help either, but even still. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Cool. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit less damage. Oh, there we go. And the nice thing is that the initial hit that she does with her mini when it comes out is also just gives her a bit of energy for the whole deal where with that C1 she gets energy from the heroic crossing opponents. Okay, it seems a little bit more promising. It's definitely relying on getting this close back. Okay, okay. We are so close. Oh, maybe. I honestly don't know. We're breaking this a good deal as quickly as we would otherwise. I mean, it's basically stuck at about a minute because I'm not managing to kill it before a second go around. I think there is a good chance that leveling Sandy's signature and leveling Chi-Chi up a bit more allows me to. Because as of right now, of course, it's just the value of the quills is pretty reliant on, and yeah, Sandy's got about as much crit rate as I want on her. Because with Disenchantment and Cryo Resonance, that's capping at, it's 31 plus for 96.4, which is about as close as you can get to going over without being in dangerous territory. I mean, she's going to get a lot more crit from when I actually level this damn thing. Crit damage, that is, so almost guaranteed crits, at least with Resonance or Frozen Up, and then, well, Cryo or Frozen or Up from Cryo Resonance, which is applying on the team. And then, because again, it's pure multiplier running through just Sandy's crit, so the more crit Sandy has, the more value those quills are going to have, and those quills are pretty darn good. So, I mean, it's, even without her signature, I mean, I kind of forget that she's still on Mailed Flower. She is still at, this team is 130 DPS. It's good. You know what, let's try this right now. Let's give you the next best option. That overcaps, that's whatever. And it's restoration increase. Yeah, sure. Let's see if this lets us do it. And if it will, then Sandy's signature definitely will, because it's better. She is overcapping on crit right now. Okay. Can't really give a character getting both cryo resonance, cryo artifacts, and crit rate ascension a crit rate weapon without crying a little, but there you go. Okay. Alright. What if having Mafika's weapon meant having cryo resonance on this field? We can't hope for that much, can we? Well, we gambled and lost by not getting the talisman up with 2 hits. That was a 25% chance. Gambled and seriously lost. Whatever. Okay. Alright. Cool. Really? Whatever. As long as we get back for next rotation, we'll be okay. Continue. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. That's about as good as mine is going to get. Okay, cool. And nice. Yeah, that's really, really good. 1, 2, 3. Close, but maybe no cigar. Yeah. The occasions are tough. Okay. Yeah, Cryo Aura was so close. Damn. Okay. And 1. Okay. It's just... It is getting hard gated by the fact that I am barely missing the cutoff point of killing it before it puts its shield up again. I could probably clear Dire for that boss alone. Well, I mean, it's decent. It's decent. Yeah, but not having the full effect is not pleasant either. Okay. Well, in that case, let us go back to the moon and hopefully unlock at least a couple of spots where we can farm the robots. But yeah, I'll unlock all of them tomorrow, and I may need to literally just beg and kneel and pray for someone to let me into their world to kill the moon robots, and I bet a lot of people won't even have access to them. But it's more draconic architecture, which is nice. Sorry, Sandy. Didn't mean to perv. Okay. What is it if not the 3 moons? This place looks like some sort of ruins. Probably because they're ruins. Oh, what are those rings? Looks like they've fallen onto the ground or something. Some kind of device, I'd say. Is that so salty? In that case, could this glowing sign next to be a manual? Maybe. No, it's a warning sign. That's kind of obvious. Okay. Let me see some things. And okay. Pamansi? Alert, alert! Echo. Oh darn it, Paman triggered some kind of intruder alarm. Says you're stinky. Alert, alert. Power transmission has ceased. Please head to the generator room to activate backup power. Oh, so it's just out of power. God, Paman almost jumped out of her skin. Reminds me when you're hungry, you know. Well, come on, Paman's way classier than that. Let's go check this generator room out first. You mean? Alright, if Columbina came here to do something, she totally need to turn on the power first, right? And we might find her there. Ah, genius. What does this mean? Where did we last leave off? Alrighty then, let's go. It's nice to see you again. Presumably. And what is her crit at? Yeah, she's also basically right where I want her to be. With cryo resonance in the artifact set. Yeah, that's darn good. Head to the generator room. Find the computer room. We cannot go there right now. No response. Oh, Please activate the access control. Why is that? Are you on a console? Are you on a phone, tablet? That's curious and maybe a little frightening. Okay, it might be a graphics setting question? Potentially. Investigate, and it seems like this thing's gone kaput. Yeah, it does. And what do we gotta do to move these? Oh, this ball is basically... looks like some of the ones from Zelda. Oh, chest is blocked by something heavy. I could make a very juvenile joke. Oh, okay. I mean, the main thing is honestly just a question of graphics settings, most likely. Maybe. This must be the generator room. What could give you that idea? Is it the fact that it's the only one we can get into right now? Oh, this thing doesn't really look very mechanical, but given where we found it, it must be the key to getting the power on somehow. What if the room for turning the power back on is just inaccessible forever and you have to cry? Oh, okay. But what kind of phone do you have? But Palma doesn't see how that's supposed to work. It doesn't look like the power's been turned on yet. Yeah, and that's super weird. Do you think Columbina's already been here? Already been here? Maybe she discovered that the power wouldn't start and went to look for a solution elsewhere. Columbina. Oh, you know what? Let's give this thing a try anyway. Maybe we can find out what's going on. Alright. Danger soon. Find a way to activate the energy mechanisms. And it... thought this would move with our weight. I guess not. And I imagine these cubes are going to start floating like some of the other various mechanisms from earlier. Activate. Energy system not responding. Do I have to hit something? Maybe. Uh-oh. Only bad things. Oh, why isn't anything happening? It won't start. There's no response. I'm gonna guess as much. There's got to be something else to this. Columbia must have run into this problem, then gone to work somewhere else. Huh? We saw that out. Oh, well, there she is. Convenient. How do we get ahead of her? Weh. Okay. Well, it is nice to see you again regardless. Columbia, thank goodness we finally found you. I'm surprised to see us. We were worried you might be in trouble, so we followed you here. Do you need help? Columbia. Question. And, she's gonna eat us. Question. Question. I mean, presumably she can activate this as a moon goddess. What's wrong? You trying to use telepathy like Nicole? Just so you know, we aren't hearing anything. Are you alright? Being spacey is normal. Yeah. Okay. Dot, dot, dot. They really paid Lynn to just hum and moan. Okay, now you're starting to worry. Come on. Did someone threaten you? If that's the case, just blink. It's the dragons. Dot, dot, dot. Compelling writing. Oh! Give us the power to activate these things. Powerful gifts from river. Oh, what do you do? Mysterious type of ancient moon energy that similar effects to moon power. Can change how objects may be acted upon. Characters who absorb an object filled with archaeal moon energy will enter the moon vein suffusion state. It's interesting because... let me check the wiki. You know, archaeal moon just means old moon. And people were saying that reminded them of Arche, or Nemusia, in Fontaine because of the name. Sounding like Arche, but this is Arc as an old, which is different. Yeah, because in Japanese and Chinese, it's just literally ancient moon power. This is the character for old, this is moon, this is power. Or Kurigetsu no Chikara. There's no reading provided for the Japanese one. And then for Arke, you know, Numa and Usia, which does have the same kind of blue-green color for what it's worth, when it's in crystal form, it... Come on, come on. Yeah. What does this mean? It's power of something that they're not translating on the wiki. Okay. Wow, it's so abstruse that they just don't have it. Wow. Huh? Huh? Well, that's... No, what? No. Why did it correct it to that? Yeah, primordium, just... Beginning. This means beginning. I don't know what this means. There is an Arabic saying. Unfortunately, I don't know what it says because I don't speak Arabic. Okay. Yeah, it's not meant to really be... Well, it actually might then. I mean, it's not as similar etymologically, but... I mean, it's arch in Greek. I mean, archeo means old. That means reading primary principle. So, you know, arche would probably be, well, I don't know. Maybe they do mean arche as in archaeological, instead of arche as in arch, as in sort of fundamental baseline supporting. I'm not sure. It might be the same kind of thing. Got me on a lore kick. Change how objects may be acted upon. Characters absorb an object filled with archaeolin energy will enter the moon vein suffusion state. Moon vein suffusion will make your body feel lighter and increase your jump height. You can also use archaeolin ripples while jumping. Tap attack to unleash archaeolin ripples. Tap to cast it on the spot and hold to aim and unleash. Gun mechanic. Tap again after firing to detonate the ripples and inflict damage on objects in the explosion AoE. This will also affect the gravity acting on affected objects that are in the moon vein suffusion state. To exit the state, tap the elemental burst button. You want us to activate this? Use your words. Colin's not sure what's going on, but it looks like Kombin wants us to activate this device. Should give it another try. This might be a fake beam. Okay. You can use the power Kombina just gave you to activate this thing, right? I guess. Increase your jump height while jumping. Test on the spot, hold to aim unleashed, and detonate. Moon vein suffusion. Okay, cool. Hold to unleash and... Oh, it took it from that object. To detonate... Oh, it drops it as a bomb and... Okay. So you lose that. Interesting. Well, it... Holy physics object. Okay. What made him float and... Oh. Through this lens of sorts, we can reveal... Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, and we can still jump while aiming. We do lose the energy if we cancel them. So we just use this for the jump and pick up that Winoculus when we've got the opportunity. Okay. And presumably we just need to toss the ripple there. Wow, okay. Oh, the device reacted this. Oh, it's one of those. Oh, but these things on the ground, they're for transferring energy, right? We gotta figure out a way to get them flowing again. Oh. They used to have this silly gadget where had one of those what do they call it again? One of those brainwave detector headbands that would, you know, with your concentration would activate fans in a little obstacle course, and you have to basically move a ping pong ball around by concentrating harder or less to move it. This reminds me of that, which is almost certainly deliberate. And it... Oh, we gotta push this up for the seesaw, presumably. So gravity will affect it. Yep. And it... Huh? And now it's out of the way and we can stand on the pipe to stabilize it. Wow, okay. Oh, I should have checked. Probably would have said blocked by a heavy object. Awesome, the energy channels are clear. How did you do that, Columbina? Oh, that's interesting. So it's kind of presuming that we would have switched to Columbina for this, maybe? ... Was in, how did she use the energy or give us the energy? Or yeah, it's... I guess, sort of canonically, it's supposed to be Columbina doing this, assuming that's the real Columbina. I don't even know. Wait, where are you going? ... You better catch up with her. What if we just said, no thanks? You there, fly. Learn how to use Archaeolin ripples. Wonder what that might be referencing. I'll never know. It's just setting off bombs with some additional physics aspects. It's very... Reminds me of the jellyfish bombs from Fontaine, especially since we're in a position where got an event where that's relevant. Look, the 3 rings that fell to the ground. Wow, they look pretty fancy now, don't they? Oh, that's a GOI. Is that going to be an offering place? It's like going out for a bit and coming back to find your little house is suddenly turned into the Down Winery. And also, obviously, this is going to whip that up, because now that's visible as Archaeolin. That's fine. Go ahead, get levitated. Yeah. Get levitated, idiot. And it... Oh, some of these can be damaged, too. That's fine. So ones that are just debris, we can presumably actually destroy. I wonder if they respawn, actually. And already got a Frostmoon seal. Okay. Did not expect them to be yellow. Huh. P. Sorry. All 3 seals to unlock the treasure vault and Moontide Sea. Oh, there's literally just one. Wow. Okay. Well, it... Actually, there might be more. Because there are a few... Oh, well, I don't know. Because it's... people could predict, myself included, ahead of time that, well, I don't know, because oftentimes when we get expansions, they're kind of separate in terms of offering systems. Well, it's with Economy and the Chasm, they're their own deal, with totally separate from the Oculi, with same with Dragonspawn, and Shenyu, of course, because they were all added after the statues were done. Its Girdle of the Sands was weird, because it had Dendroculi and the plumes at Cavarena. Fontaine did have Hydroculi and Remoria, which is kind of why it felt so not interesting, because it wasn't meaningfully different. And then, with Notlan, I mean, it was just Notlan through, and we had Pyroculi and Ancient Sacred Mountain, which also made it feel kind of silly, but it's interesting that we didn't really have an offering system for Dormant and Temple of Space, and instead we just got the basically Oculi that turned into Temple of Space sigils when obtained. It was interesting. Alright, huh? Okay, so this is just a source of energy for the moon. So it's... Oh, you can see... Originally this was meant to be transport to the other moons, but since there's only one moon left... Yeah, but the... Iridescent... The Evermoon seals, the Frostmoon seals, and... Were they iridescent moon seals? I don't even remember. Second ones they added were the ones for the iridescent moon, which were the... Wiki, tell me. The Iris moon. Iris iridescent moon seals. Okay. Well, it's interesting that the Evermoon seals were the ones that were blue. Because that's the color associated with the Frost Moon, so instead that, I guess, backpedal and make the Frost Moon ones yellow, which is the one associated with the Eternal Moon. But so they're kind of looking about the same size. But yeah, we got red dots. They can't detect those old moons anymore. Time to wait 10 years until we get the flashback arc and get to go to the other ones. Calculating celestial orbits. Please select the tri-lune coordinates you wish to view. There's only one option here. Tri-lune coordinates. Wait, so this device is used to work out where the moons are. Celestial orbits. Okay. Calculating celestial orbits. Please select the tri-lune coordinates you wish to view. Well, let's pick these to see what... Well, we gotta pick them all, don't we? Connection lost. Fail to locate target eternal moon. And iridescent moon, connection lost, fail to locate target, same exact tile. Okay. Frost moon, connecting target located. Yay! Okay. And it's L-O-A? I guess. Kinda. Well, this one's kind of an O2. You know, Awella is an African spiritual concept. Well, it actually found the Frost Moon, but why would they need those coordinates anyways? To go there, Paimon clearly did not watch the trailer. Paimon's notes jot down anything Paimon doesn't understand. Who knows, might come in handy someday. That's a top adventure trip from clever, oh so clever Paimon. Frost Moon coordinates located, base engineering blueprints, and main control hall route map have been transmitted. So basically, yep, in Danana Pit, that funny little pool that's the spaceship. That's where it comes out of. Ooh, these look like schematics. Whatever these are showing, it looks super awesome. If you wish to obtain the route map, we don't have a choice. Obtain route map. And it, all the way down there. Please proceed to the main control hall for moon landing preparations. Moon landing preparations. Wow. Colombina is this place used for getting to the moon. But Colombina has taken me to the Frost Moon before. Why would she need this device? Because it's probably a fake Colombina. The power she just gave me is completely new. I've never seen her use it before. Because it's not Kuvaki. It's not really Colombina, probably. Okay. That's why you're not talking. You're not really Colombina. Dot, dot, dot. Oh, the door opened. This leads to the main control hall, right? Colombina, is that where you want us to go? It's cool that they won. Yep, they had Traveler's internal thoughts and actually voiced them. Real character now. Maybe. At least closer. Okay. Yeet. Colombina, can you hold out your hand? Question? Place it in mine just like we do in Silver Moon Hall. Oh, exactly. Travelers are caught on trying to see if they can detect Kuvaki, moon power, or something else. Dot, 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 and yep, it's not the same. It's gold instead of silver. What's this all about? Exclamation. Oh, well. The jig is already up. Exclamation, what's going on? Komi turned into a black Kuhenki. Moon spirits. Kuroin Getsure. It's not Colombina. Well, obviously. What an imposter. Okay, it's... They probably had a Mongoose in mind, right? Let's go after her. Sublunar. What's going on with that black moon spirit look just like Colombina? Gotta hurry up and catch it. Check those notes. That was a nice amount of guile. I liked that. Let's check those notes. Oh, well, well, we can't check that, huh? Okay. Subwinter Holdra. Expose the false Combina's disguise. I mean, imposter in space. They definitely had Among Us on the mind. Maybe. Yeah, Columbina was ejected. Let's see what I can check here. That's Inazuma. That's Tevat proper. Let me see what we can see. That's presumably Fontaine. Let's jump. Fontaine in the middle, and wow, they conveniently just don't have Sneznaya yet. Oshkanatwan's there, Nodcry is there. And yep, the white dot is over here right on the Misty Shoal next to Pajola. I wonder if they'll even bother adding that eventually. Yeah, it's the Easy Breeze Holiday Resort. I mean, again, since Sneznaya isn't here yet at all. That's a tiny planet. They're gonna go all Fire Emblem and just reveal that, oh, there was actually something on the exact reverse side of the planet that people forgot about. You know, that would be an easy way to do some kind of flashback new continent. Just go full Atlantis with it. If they wanted to. If that interested them enough. We can't take Archaeowin out of here, can we? Oh, but we can absorb it from those sinkholes and such. That's fun. And now that's just debris. Let's blow this all up. And it's starting to rise. It's Archaeowin Energy Surge. Rock with great affinity materials, affinity with Archaeowin energy, and that's often used in building construction. Use its susceptibility to Archaeowin ripples to raise or lower it. And with stream of Archaeowin energy surging forth from below ground, you can absorb this energy anytime during your adventures as you please. How convenient. Okay. So I mean, not much purpose is being served by this, but okay. If I were to just toss a moon bomb at this, I mean, oh, interesting. No matter the angle, it's always moving them upwards. Huh. Okay. If you want to be funny, I guess you could maybe try using that to tower. I guess. And now, it's no longer Misty Shoal, it's Dunana Pit. That's fun. Oh, well, actually, it's probably always been Dunana Pit. I probably just didn't check, did I? Oh well. Yeah, because it says Misty Shoal on here. The same way that... Well, I mean, that's weird, because most... Is this one? I mean, technically it's still Court of Fontaine region, but... Yeah, all the others are... Now, this one is Marianne Memorial Park. There's our counter-argument. I'll go check on my own time to see whether this always said Dunana Pit, because it's... I don't think we've had a single instance of a region changing its displayed name. The nice thing is that we can glide faster, too. That's genuinely quite significant. Okay. Yeah. You can use gliding as an actual form of meaningful forward movement. Okay. How did I get to only 2 verdant dew? Whatever. And... Okay, Sandy. Ancient Moon Pearl. An energy vessel for Archaeowin energy due to its spherical form. It can be easily pushed or bounced around to get it to various locations, however, it can no longer move once it has been packed into a container. I mean, that makes sense. I will knock that up, but Lots of slimes. Okay. Okay. That was easy. And in the chest over here. And yep, we have something to level now. Chi-Chi's attack stats. And just make sure we keep our energy really. Whenever we absorb, it exhibits a pretty significant pulling force. It's not crazy, but it ain't bad. Oh, come on. But pushing it manually is better, just because they will eventually. Eventually drop back down as well. But here we are. Something in here which will presumably go down. Okay. And it just gotta detonate this, right? Presumably. Oh, see some kind of building material here. I think we can scope out, or okay, what are we doing with this? What have we accomplished here? Oh, literally never mind. It's just we didn't have to do anything other than just talk to the elevator. That was. Let's know. It's like something we saw in the blueprint just now. It's another spaceship. Look, there's the moon spirit over there. Follow the black moon spirit. And the quest description is not changed to reflect the fact that it's not Columbina. Main control hall, the central control hall of Dunana Forward Station, serving as the core processing room for all command reception and transmission within the station. Cool. And can we... It does not appear that we can activate that at the moment. Well, I think it is just one way, huh? Huh. What can we get done here? I mean, it's already at 70. Moonbound ship. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, this is a spaceship that is going to take us to the moon. Again, literally 0 points. But and the Tonatia quivers, and the heavenly ship sets sail for the moon. They're clowning on people who didn't do not well, because this looks a bit similar to the Chamber of Deliberation in the Sacred Mountain. To be fair, I mean, dragon architecture is going to share similarities, but the thing about the Tonatia is that it wasn't a treasure ship, it was a space elevator. Presumably had a consistent tether, or at least was intended to have a consistent tether between Oshkanatlan, or technically to the dragons it was Chichen Utoka. Well, I guess that would be more of a name for the Undercity, where Chuel was. Well, the old core of Chuel. A pronunciation which I definitely butchered. But, oh, as I was saying, and that wasn't made, and you know, the moons are free. Free the moons. And it, oh, we cannot leave this little area while it's moving. Okay. Very draconic, which is fun. And all these pieces of who knows what. And they're showing up as physics objects. To intruder detected, initiating alerts. Oops, thanks for intruders. That black moon spirit do this. Traveler, watch out. Oh, it's destructible. That's fun. What kind of... Let me see. It won't destroy this. What kind of damage is dealt? Pyro? It... Oh! It's the cannons from The water cans from Fontaine reskin. They don't damage you, but they teleport you back to a specific position. Intruder detected. Intruder detected. Okay. Speak for yourself. Oh, it's just going around this upper layer set of platforms. Oh, bomb. Not pleasant. That does seem to be pyro. Come on. We're gonna do something, do something. Okay, we're being targeted again. Take cover on the left. We'll just fall down. That also works. Alright. Let's not get... I was gonna say vaporized, but don't take damage from this. And look, she's ducked behind the door. Well, the one short KO in ripples. Press again to any ripples, making objects within its range weightless. So again, it's just... Got some bombs here. Oh, all the way back. That was, well, only back to here, but still. And it, well, that was unpleasant. And it, oh, when you've got the moon gravity, since you're falling more slowly, it will home in. You can't avoid that. Okay. Lift that up. Activate that door again. Cool. Hello? Oh, those are tiny. Okay. Well, otherwise, I just glide. That's honestly more inconvenient. Hello. Backup power generator. Device used to activate backup energy sources. It reactivates upon detecting Archaean energy. Surprised we didn't get that from doing it previously. Well, what are you gonna do? Use that for some slight cover. Where are we now? That moon spirit must have come in here, right? What's under here? This is the gravity. Hi there. Hello. Activate gravity simulation. Device that can modify the gravity of an area. Lunar gravity simulation. Lunar gravity simulation activated. Okay. What is that doing for us? Meaningfully. Well, it's letting us jump up there and use it as a platform to follow them. Everything's back to normal. Is it simulating the moon's gravity just now? It's like they're really preparing for a new landing. It's, you know, I wonder, because if this is how the dragons were getting to the moons. Okay, one energy pathway. Power supply pathways. The power supply is abnormal. Please so check these supplying devices over these pathways. That's not what we're actually controlling, so... Interesting that the tutorial get triggered. Damn, what's going on? Hate magic jump so high. By using the moon gravity simulation. No points. But oh goodness, just... I guess they sent the moons up without anybody on them to follow, or without a plan to get there? At least not a good one. And there we are. Hi. Oh, it's... The rings are physics objects so that they can show off whether low gravity is active, it seems. Okay. And it... But we have to turn that off for whatever reason to get that through. Well, whatever. Gravity simulation deactivated. We cannot reactivate it from here. So that's all that is. Okay. And now... Here it is, the main station. Gonna fight someone? According to the route map, this should be the main control hall, right? Hey you, the one pretending to be Columbina, come out right now. Alert, intruder detected in main control hall, activating defense measures. You can't really hear this hardly. Columbina. Oh, sorry, wrong address. We're looking for someone else. Anzu, dealing Bob our defense array. Defeat the guards. And this is just... one of those primal secret source dudes. So, I mean, there we go, and it's precursor secret source matrix, a secret source mechanism. Oh, that's what the moon looks like. Why'd they spoil that? Whatever. They can operate amidst the starry sea far away from the ley lines. In combat, the precursor secret source matrix of Overseer Network uses arcane energy to initiate a convergence field, and gathers hydro to enhance its workings. Freeze it at this time, they use shatter melt and other elemental reactions to break up the ice, halt the convergence field's operation. Okay, cool. Hi there. You're not all that. You're kind of strong. When are you going to actually put some ice on you? Come on. And I guess we're just going to take you out before you use your dinner. Yeah. Okay. That was simple. But Anzu, that's Sumerian. Not Abzu, which would be the god of water, but Anzu. Ooh. Anzu is a demon in several Mesopotamian religions. Aetherium Dilim Babar. Nothing for Dilim Babar. Divine monster. Breathe fire and water. Well, we have the water. Okay. The Hura Ninota. The Epic of Anzu. Huh. Okay. Let's keep going. There was no problem for you in the end. That should take care of things, right? Or main control hull, defender core destruction confirmed, initiating self-destruct mode. Wow. Jibaku Modo. Self-explosion. All personnel, please evacuate immediately, initiating countdown. Okay. Seriously, this base has gone crazy. It's trying to take us down with it. What should we do? Dilim Babar. Oh, is a same with Dunana. Dilim Babar is another name of the Mesopotamian moon god. Okay. It's guard of the moon. Guard of Dunana. Just another way to say it. What if some really important intel gets destroyed? Put it in your notes. Please verify orbital coordinates. Oh, what orbital coordinates? Well, our mystery moon spirits. Exclamation mark, mysterious moon spirits. What are you doing? We'll give it the coordinates stop the base from self-destruction. No, but it will allow us to escape by taking the spaceship. 3 exclamations. What are the coordinates? Don't panic, don't panic. Let Paimon think. Use your notes. Please verify orbital coordinates. Paimon remembers now there were 3 symbols. The simplest looking one was first. And any failure gives you the exact same bad ending. Oh no, it's too late. Oops. We fail to stop the self-destruct sequence as the countdown ends. The base is engulfed in roaring flames. Good news, you managed to escape the explosion unscathed for Paimon and tow, but alas, the mysterious black moon spirit, the spaceship bound for the moon. The tail behind them all vanished from your journey forever. Try again. Okay. The second symbol had a super complicated shape. And lastly, Paimon can't quite remember, but it was probably the same as the second one. It wasn't. We had to remember that. Or at least do trial and error. System voice orbital coordinate verification successful. Engine ignition in progress. Please board the lunar spacecraft immediately. Did we make it? Why is the alarm still going off? Because it's still going to blow up. We just get to go to the moon instead. Column. Wasn't you talking just now? Hey, we're about to say column B. The moon. On the moon, what has something happened to her? Rescue. Rescue, is she asking us to go save Columbina? Is Columbina in trouble? Spaceship Moon. Take the spaceship to the moon. Hey, explain yourself. What are we gonna do? It feels like this place is gonna blow up any second, and there's no time. Let's go with it to the spaceship. Okay. Oh, let's get the chest first. Go to the lunar shuttle. There's no actual countdown. Well, we've almost got that already. Yeah. And obviously, it can't do this when we... Oh, actually, it shows the map. Interesting. And it's... on both sides looks like a big ol'... Well, never mind. Yeah, but of course we can't pull up the frost moon up of its own accord. And this place is almost as big as Asheville Peak. These Nodcry areas have been interesting. This is bad, we still don't really know what's going on. You think? But if Columbina's calling for help, the spaceships are only chance. And we can't even go off the pathway. You're right, if this base blows up, we won't get another shot at going to the moon to rescue her. There we are. I'm guessing we'll just have to take a chance. Oh, we're getting shot at. Not actually. Okay. Oh, a devoted cutscene for this. Nice. This is why Rowan did not have any cutscenes in his story quest. Oh well. That is some very nicely animated writing. You know, given how long it took, I'm surprised they actually had the idea of actually doing voice world quests at all. I would have expected them to just stick to the program, or have changed it earlier. Here we are. Rotation. Quasi-gyroscopic. Holographic projection. Big old screen as if the wall doesn't even exist. We're now loading Frost Moon. There we go. This is where the money went. That and Sandrone Yuri cutscenes. Oh, we blasted off for real. Tom was expecting a regular old vanilla adventure, but here we are flying to the moon. Hey, you tell us what's going on, will you? What sort of trouble has Columbina gotten into? Question. Seriously, pandemic again? Say something that'll throw you into space. Black Kahanki was ejected. Exclamation. We definitely heard you speak just now, right? Know what you spoke through the base's systems, didn't you? Can't you speak yourself? Well, it's... none of the moon spirits can. Oh, that's weird. And how about we take a look around the ship? Let's see if we can find something to help you talk. Okay. 25 Gansas. Search the lunar shuttle. And I guess it's not really fun to land. Technically, high-speed transit station. To activate teleportation, I have the ability. One of the many achievements formed from the ancient dragon researchers' wisdom, powered by ancient lunar energy. Stations can open high-speed transit routes. Most were built near research facilities, make travel more convenient for researchers. It is very, very interesting that we do not seem to have normal teleport points here. Ride the lunar shuttle and enter space. That's a reference to The Man in the Moon by Francis Godwin. Flock of strong trained birds. 25 goose is. Which is rigged up an aerial chariot with 25 gonses. Species of white swans. Okay. Peaceful giants who were converted to Christianity. That shows you how old the story is. Okay. But it's because this is our trip to the moon. Columbina is a bird. Kind of. Investigate. What's this? Let's come and take a look. Oh, looks pretty spacious. Oh, could this be some sort of escape? It won't let us drop in yet. Yeah, whatever. And another one. Presumably. There is drop pods. And oh, something in there maybe? Uh-huh, I see. Oh, is this escape pod below? Okay. There's something glowing inside. Exclamation. Oh, she's here too. Does that mean there's something useful inside? But how do we get it out? Come on, you're small enough. While you think, the moon spirit slips into the escape pod. A moment later, she returns carrying an item. What is that? Translator? Moon compass? It's the spaceship's archaeoline spectrometer. To read and process the moon's old energy. Or the ancient moon energy. Oh, is that your voice? You can talk through this thing. And also just... The clouds in this Teyvat sphere model are covering up Snezhnaya and Mount Asis and conveniently southeast Sumeru/Liyue. Power the ancient moons, transmit messages. Oh, that sounds like Forgisting. Could this be dragon technology? Alright, well, what else? Not... Do you mean no? No, not wrong. Yeah, because it's got the same interface as one of the golden inscriptions. Why do you pant so much when you talk? It looks like the base and the spaceship were made by dragons. It's got the same architectural style. No wonder we ran into their secret source automatons back there. Well, we ran into one normal secret source automaton and then the primordial secret source bots. What does this all have to do with Columbina? Why did you turn into her? Columbina Moon Rescue. Did she run into trouble and send you to get help? I'm not sure I believe this. Not wrong? Not right. Or... Can you take it from the top and tell us the whole story and what exactly is going on? Columbina rescued me on the moon. Oh, she rescued you, so she hasn't sent us a proof for help. That's right. Then why did you tell us to get on the spaceship? I wanted to go back to the moon, so yep, it was a purely selfish wish. Not you. Oh no, in that case, what does that make us? People who came along of their own accord. I offer you an accord. A Honda Accord. No, how could this happen? We're not that clueless, are we? Well, we were being manipulated by the spirit, because otherwise it would not have been able to activate the spaceship again. Hey, you're leaving some night, aren't you? You said Columbina rescued you, that means you were in danger. Not what this time, not wrong, not right. Not sure. I wonder if they'll update this when they add more areas. Probably not. Oh, this is really starting to get on Pamon's nerves. Who are you? What were you? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. When I woke up, I was very weak. I forgot many things. She took me to a place of healing. Iyashi no basho. Yeah, place of healing. It was called Silver Moon Hall. On the planet. Oh, did Konbina tell me to stay there and rest? Then why did you come here? I must return to the moon. Here lies my mission. What mission? I forgot this thing. How could he forget something like that, sir? Who is on the moon? Alright, you keep talking about going back to the moon, so you're not a local moon spirit from Tibet. Well, that's why it uses Okeo instead of Kuraki. Moon power. Yes, I belong on the moon. Well, I was born on the moon, it said. Is Konbina there right now? Yes, if she hasn't left. Well, that explains it. Pamon's got it all figured out now. Konbina wasn't in trouble. She just picked this moon spirit up while strolling around the moon and sent her to Silver Moon Hall. But our girl's got a little problem. She either doesn't talk at all or has to pant her way to the finish line. And now the two of us have gone whoosh and flown right out of that like a couple of silly animal slimes hit by an arrow. That about sums it up. We're already in flight. Might as well make our peace with it. Oh, you tricked us. That makes you a bad egg in Pamon's books. Now she's going to call you Eggy. Kuro tamago. In the Japanese, she said black egg. Interesting. Okay. Sup, good hunter, while I'm in restaurant Shimura's, will we ever meet again? Can't we just teleport back? Or maybe not. At least not canonically. I'm sorry. Gomen nasai. Hey, are those tears out? Maybe Pamon's a little too mean. Please don't cry. You screwed up, Pamon. Now you've really gone and done it. Right. Black egg. Pamon isn't really this upset. She's pretending so that Trevor might buy her more snacks later on. We can hear that too. If you play well, we can split the snacks 20-80, alright? That's... Okay, in whose favor? Yeah, we can guess. Snacks. Anyway, Black Egg, you're the one who made us think Konbina was in danger. There's no way we could have sat back and done nothing knowing a friend was in trouble. So you have to take full responsibility for the situation we're in right now. You can head back once we find Konbina. I can help. Oh, then it's settled. Let's make this a surprise visit for Konbina. Who knows, maybe she'll be really happy to have friends come and play with her. You cheat up quickly, hey Pamon? Well, Pamon-san, I realize that we'll soon be famous as the first adventurers to set foot on the moon. One small step for us, one big step for Tibet, right? Neil Armstrong, more like Pamon Belly Strong. And don't you start saying you've already been. Konbina helped you cheat, so that doesn't count. And we all know that Konbina loves cheating. She did it with a big fish king. This vessel is about to enter lunar orbit. You select a landing site. Oh, are we almost there? Let's go check it out. Right in the cutscene. This vessel is about to enter lunar orbit. Please select a landing site. There's so many landing sites, but all super weird names. Which one should we pick? I rotate. That's the only one that's gonna work, huh? The Eye of Ibni Bellum. Connection failed. Please select another location. Wow. Moonheart Gap. Same thing. Archaean Storm Research Center. Okay. Okay. And, well, it's another false choice, so here we go to Unguian's Circle. Connection established. Confirm landing thruster initiation. And select another location when there's no other option. It would be interesting if you could pick, I don't know. Connection established, initiating landing thruster. You didn't even say anything. Or are we getting ready to land? Okay. Cutscene? Yes, kinda. It's the moon! Uh-oh, what's going on? Only bad things. Quick to the escape pods. Oh, crash landing. Here we go. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Yep, there are exactly 3 that work, right? Or wait. There we go. We're gonna get separated from each other. Holy crap, it's like the traveler is entering Tavad or something. Big old torpedoes. Up 3. Well, we're all going more or less the same place, so that's convenient at least. Okay. So I guess that's going to be where I pick up tomorrow. Because, yeah. What happened? Right, there was an accident on board the spaceship. We got into the escape pods to make moonfall successful. Seems like I'm still in my escape pod and make sure Paimon's alright. Investigate. I cannot get out of here right now. Okay. Hey, traveler, it's Paimon. What is this, the entrance to the Elden Ring DLC? Hey, traveler, are you in there? And we come out in just the Land of Shadow. Black Egg, are you in there? Is anybody in it? Push. Push again. Looks like I'll have to find another way. And a way to return to the surface. Now we have a... If we were just to teleport out of here, how would we get back? Oh, just right here. Okay. Escape pod crash site in the Eye of Ibni Bellum. I thought we were going to Unguian's Circle. Yeah. No choices permitted. Winter Highlands, Moonstone Circle, probably Kama Frostmoon? Probably. Maybe. Okay, Bubble Pool. Lots of interesting places. Moontide Sea. A spectacle rock from Zelda, I guess. Yeah, so we just can teleport out of here. Pioneer Source Structure, a dragon construct powered by Archaean energy. Seems it can be equipped with different modules to achieve various functions. It can absorb the energy stored within it when it's not in alert mode. Doing so disables it for a short time before its backup power kicks in. Okay, well, that's fun. Precursor's Secret Source Matrix of Overseer Network. It's interesting that it has Matrix of Overseer Network. Has the intrant semi-intransient. Has the interesting implication that it was Desheret's machines were kind of patterned off the dragons, which, given that there's no nail in the Oasis, and it's very obviously where it was dropped, and the fact that these things attack by dropping big spears on you, I mean, they were presumably made using the power of, oh, okay, we can't escape here yet. The mod is clearly need to bust our way out. Plus, it makes me feel good. Wait, listen. Oh, it's just that thing. There we go. Cool. It's the moon. Now we're done for the day. Oh, it's pretty. There it is, Sumeru Desert. Oh, as I was saying, just goodness. Oh, Pama just knew you'd be okay. How are you feeling, Pama? How are you holding up? Because I'm a potato. But oh, as I was saying, just. I mean, given that Celestia has stolen literally anything, if you guess that Celestia stole something from the dragons, you'll be right 9 times out of 10. It's probably based on the dragons through Celestia. Not good at all. When Paimon came out of her escape pod, you two were gone. Paimon was scared half to death. It's all good now that she's found you, though. Now then, I'll come and give you a quick once-over revert or anything. Don't worry, I'm fine. And... oh, that's a relief. Who could have imagined that ancient ship would run into problems? Wait, no, we totally should have seen this coming. It was buried underground for who knows how many years after all. It's a miracle that bucket of bolts could even fly. Well, whatever, the ride was kinda awful, but we still made Moonfall in the end. That's Dragon Tech for you. Paimon blamed Black Egg for distracting us. We totally neglected to give the spaceship a good looking over. It's not like we had a second spaceship to use. Speaking of Black Egg, where is she? Paimon, remember she got into escape pod too. We have to find her. Punish her for her crimes. Yeah, Paimon hopes she's okay. Speak for yourself. Okay, cool. Here it is, the moon. Now we've actually got the map. Nice. Look for Eggy. Can we... oh, that's fun. Okay, but is that going to play every time? Progress 1, Lunar Highlands. Dark side of the moon, presumably. Now we can get out of here. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's fight Sun real quick. Yeah. This is fun. This is very fun. But again, I do wonder, once the Chi-Chi Sands is fully leveled, which team's going to be better? The fact that the Esco team does blink the shield faster is probably good. We'll see. Come on, give us the... what? Okay. Huh? Excuse me. Okay, well, alright. So I don't even want that crit rate. I don't even want that crit rate. Again, I wonder if Aqua is going to be better long term, but what can we fight real quick that will be a nice thing to use this team against? That's right, Cineas. And now, this is real too. I have Ibni Bellum, Ungween Circle, and Traveler's Crater. Oh look, it's our spaceship. This is where we were in the Archon quest, except there's, more grass there than there was because there wasn't any. And there are normal teleport waypoints there. Interesting. And it... I guess that crash site isn't a teleport point anymore. But since they don't let us teleport away, I guess that's just a fail-safe for the quest or something, maybe? In case you somehow manage to get out? I guess. Frost Moon! Long before the children of humanity were born from the cradle of the sky, 3 silver lights had already risen above the earth. The ancient spirits of the frostbound reaches called them Diwan Babar, which is just Sumerian for moon god. By then, the waxing waning away were first distinguished, spring and autumn were set into order, and the passage of years slowly came to be. However, now as time goes ever onward, only one of those three silver lights remains. Ancient spirits of the frostbound reaches, so presumably the Fae, because they're kind of draconic, and well, that's gone now. There's no spaceship here now. Okay. And it's still got the klaxons. Alright. Can go in here, but it's just no purpose is meaningfully served. Okay. Congratulations, I guess. Huh? Just the camera. Oh, okay. Wonder if there's anything over this way. It is funny that this place is... I mean, it didn't even actually self-destruct. Loser. Okay. Let's go over here. Fight Cineas. We do have the ability to take down its Hydra Ward decently well. Not as good as it would be with Dendro, but still pretty good. And I mean, it's a lot of attack. That's a lot of attack. Okay. Hi there. Get in a more convenient position. Hi. And I don't like that much. Okay. And just like so. This is a decent position for you to be in, actually. 2, 3 ends. Cool. 1, 2, 3. I feel like that you eat that burst so well. Okay. 1, 2, 3 ends. Come on. Come on. Give me the particle. There we go. Big particles. 1, 2, 3, and you know what? Sure. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna go for it, but look. Nuke here. Yeah. Nice. That worked. We'll be straight through the shield. Let's get the energy back and try one more thing, and then we'll be done. It was fun testing this team out. It took me longer than I expected to, though. Okay, let's try this on. I mean, again, the team isn't even fully online. She still needs Teaspoon. But regardless. Yeah. Okay. Give you back this real quick. See if that made any difference, just because that is more power on the... Yeah. Okay. No, I did that exactly wrong. I'm so tired. Okay. So, look at this. Yeah, it's been trying to call once, trying to go once, sure. Yeah. Nico. Be nice if Yai's burst was useful at all. Oh well. It's fun to flex, and you can actually take out multiple in sequence here, but it's just, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Okay, cool. And there we are. 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we are. Nice. Yep, it's 1 energy roll. It's about as much as I could theoretically do on Chichi there. You can make our rotations a little faster. It can't really. Right? If we can heal in 2 rotations, that would do it. But we got pretty close, but I botched the switch there. Oh well. Okay. 1, 2, 3 hands. Start. Alright, there we go. Get that for the energy. Nice. That is basically a breakpoint. Nice and a little bit of extra application for probably sticking close to getting some extra fire from Chichi. Cool. And there we go. Use them now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's close and it's strong. Doesn't have incredible issues. Okay. Switches around. We could maybe get a bit more damage just by running that down. But you were so close. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's good. It's good. That's about as good as things are getting. Still having to actually destroy the warden every time. But her weapon is so suited to her that I am pretty sure she's not getting any of the bonus from Night Soul on that. We would be able to get it working. And beat it in under a minute if we could only, with that weapon level. Man, with Ojat, this boss is going to get humiliated by her if and whenever we run it. So they probably won't in Stygian at least. Why would they want that? Okay. Well, that's right away. Do a normal hit to get the talisman that first time when we don't have burst access, right? Okay. Cool. And there we go. Okay. Cool. Nice. Just keep you nice and frozen. Cool. 1, 2, 3, and sure, yeah. Might as well weave that in while we're accumulating energy. Yep. Wow. And this is quite good. Especially the shred, it's definitely a little better. Well, not entirely sure. 1, 2, 3, nice. 1, 2, 3. That one was a little bit better, and with the weapon, it would definitely manage. So that's our answer. Especially since the crit rate is hardly not benefiting her because she's overcapping. Okay, that's fun. Well, with a weapon, she's gonna be like 240 or something. So yeah, there you go. Very exciting. Cool. It's casually just a crazy amount of attack, and I don't know if Aqua is going to get better. At high refines, it's better than an R5. Because again, the main thing is that she doesn't have 25k. She's not fully activating the passive. It does make some meaningful difference. Exactly. Get killed by the new stellar weak-ass beam. So cool. Tomorrow, I guess, we'll do the Moon World Quest, and, I mean, there are a bunch of the bots on the moon. I should certainly hope that there will be enough to... Goodness. Level Sandy's weapon if I've got tomorrow and Sunday both as resets to actually farm the damn things. But we'll see. Another week and you'll be out of the friendship party and we can just use... And this is a competent core. It wasn't really all that great a fourth for the rest anyway, but it's... Yeah, I'll probably prefer Sandy anyway, especially... whatever. Yeah, exactly. Now that they're kind of leveled, low, and you can just be in the chair or whatever. This is the real world. Okay. Nice. There's our dailies team. So, I mean, ran a bit long, and I do have work tomorrow, so yeah. It's been fun. If anyone is here who isn't actively asleep, Sanaraga News. One whole small step for Paimon. Successfully land on the moon. That's fun. And it's next week, that's right, we will be rolling for Raiden's weapon. That's right. How much do I have in terms of... I've got enough. Okay. Yeah. We'll see who they rerun next patch. Because really it's just going to be Odette and her weapon. Thinking about it now. I mean, they're rerunning Arle because she's getting a show boss next patch. Unless maybe it's Corinne, which would be funny, but Corinne was on a Chronicle banner, so no one cares about her, unfortunately. Poor lesbians. I mean, they put them at the front of LGBT, and it's still not enough apparently. Damn. But you know... Alright, I'm still hungry. Let's use the real team to fight one more local legend real quick. But again, in terms of pure DPS, the fact that Esco breaks it faster, we'll run more tests. Once I can toss a feather at Chi-Chi's sands to give her at least one energy recharge roll. Okay. I mean, I gotta use those things. Gotta use them. If I don't use them, it's about the same as not having them. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. Wow. It is interesting that they made her kind of a nuker in that regard. But last one. Let's fight the goat and bird. Okay. Battle goat. And the Iron Claw. It's like that Zac Efron movie. Okay. And okay. And okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. It is nice that we can actually competently avoid them. Wait, actually, where did you go? Where did you go? Okay. And let's iframe that. Cool. And okay, that's fine. Cool. But we are dealing altogether too much damage to you specifically. That's fine. That was a big mistake. Okay. Come on. Oh, no, you keep going. That's good. Okay, there we go. And that killed the other guy. Let's run it like so. Cool. And this works. All those quills. Yeah. Yeah. 3 rotations. That went so quickly. I'm still hungry. Who's got them? You know, that's right. They got good enough AoE you can brute force the Madripoor. Let's see if we can do that. Of course, we need good position with Sandy's burst. But still. Okay, real last thing to do. Come on. And she does have pretty good AoE. All things considered. And, okay. Alright. Really. Okay. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We'll see. Gotta keep moving around. Alright. And One, two, three. One, two, three. We need to make sure we're off. That was actually pretty. No. Okay. Oh, alright. Rotation wasn't lined up at the right time and such, and I swung her beam around a little. Yeah. Okay. So just not hitting them with the Esco burst definitely hurt. Oh well. It will get better once she has her own weapon. This team is still genuinely nowhere near full capacity. I mean, they're just generally aren't good free-to-play claymores, and she's got a free-to-play claymore. So. Did that whip? That surprisingly will go AoE. Okay, cool. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Cool. Nice. Good enough to do. Probably. And Sura. Yep. You can kind of move it. Thanks. Alright. Okay. 1, 2. Yes! Perfect. That actually works. And here we go. GG. Yeah. Okay. Sandy. Spread down. Yep. That's good force. Cool. It's doable. This team has a lot of healing. It's gonna. Well, you've actually gotten the good shots going. They actively make sure you can't do the spinner one, which is funny. Yeah. Got some interesting things going on. Yeah. Okay. You can't do a full move and through it, but you can meaningfully rotate the beam to hit multiple enemies. If you rotate the beam while using the individual shots, because she does have total piercing, it is just like Nude in that regard. To freeze the minis, you can hit 2 minis, destroy them faster, which for the Stygian version, where you still have to deal with the ward, doesn't help anything, but in the local legend version of the overworld, the ward breaks as soon as you destroy all 4, so you can get it done in half the time you otherwise would with the right tag by just properly position to take down 2 of those once. Yeah. Interesting concept, so there we go. That was fun. I like this team. And I think it strikes a good balance in terms of game feel between comfort and tech, in that Nefer, you can just hold down the charge button. With Sandy, you can just hold down the charge button, and tap E on cooldown. But I don't have it fully down. You can hold it down and just. Takes about a second. But if you immediately release the input, you can start it again about a half second faster, which is not crazy, but pretty cool. I'm not even sure I'm doing it right. But. Well, I don't even know. It feels nice to do the input, even when you do it. And I think I'm getting it wrong. I'm not seeing a meaningful speed difference, because here
い
it's...
けるわね。
Well... I don't know.
くだらない。一休みしたいわ。
I don't know. It's worth doing, so if I get it right by accident, I save it half a second. So yeah, it's been fun. So, adios, Son of Dragon.